Hello, I think we should be live now. I think we should be live now. Everyone, can everyone hear me? Hello.
Yep.
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 Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to episode 9 of the Bar Table. We are back after one entire version. And, and, you might have seen it. We have a new color scheme. That's right. We have a new color scheme. We,
Hey, let's go.
I,
Nice color.
yeah, I mean, honestly saying, I was plotting this since like 2 days ago, right? I was this 2 days ago. And why does it say the end? It should say something else. One sec. Where the heck is it? Oh gosh. Yeah, I still like it's still scuffed sometimes. Comments. Where is it? Oh my gosh, topic. Oh here, this.
Yeah, the the title.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Finally.
it's fine.
Oh,
Oh
imagine
gosh.
you turn into
Yeah,
Sorry,
It's
three
it's
sorry.
not
minutes
a
of being
real
it.
That is
it's not a real bar table podcast without some scuff going on here and there. So
yes,
it's fine.
yeah, absolutely. It would not be bar table without scuff.
Alright.
We are rather
Are we
scuffed.
good with the all the technical stuff now?
I think we should. I think we should. The only
Alright.
problem is if you know wait, why does this okay, hold on, something's wrong here. Why does the music not have the part it should be correctly. Oh gosh, it is so scuff.
It's fine. It's a new patch. We can forgive ourselves for being a little bit scuffed due to all the hype from new patch, right?
Yeah.
New patch and new region as well.
New region, new everything. A lot of stuff going on.
Yeah. I can't believe we are going to be stuck with the Genshin loading music for a while. At least until I can figure out how to fix it. Anyways,
Oh, because yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I've been missing for like one whole version. And I think you all have noticed it too. Like I was like, okay, we're gonna have an episode for Fest, for Hoyo Fest, but like we ended up not having it. Like there was supposed to be one, but like then like it was right in that week. What about you
Mm.
two? What did you do like throughout the last version?
Hmm. Interesting question. What did you do, Kerching? Any
Well,
fun
in the previous
activities?
version, yeah, surprisingly, I played in a Vietnamese tournament and made it to the final. Yeah. Um, a bit of impression about the whole entire patch is that, I mean, well, first of all, at least the meta game has quite a variety in terms of deck options. You have a lot of decks, and they are kind of like a rock paper scissors relationships as well. So we had back then we have just Quicken. We have new Quicken stuff. Pretty much every Quicken deck is available. Kind of like the back in the SC days where every SC deck is available. Most notably has to be Countryside, aka two cats and one chicken, Kirara, Kaching, and the chicken, Terra Shrew. And then we have Aoife with Aqua Breeze. Pretty much the same as Stormgale, but you can proc the transfix easier. And we have the one and only Spiritspeaker, who just quite a time, isn't it? All right.
Yeah, fun times.
Fun time.
Unfortunately,
So,
it didn't last long.
so I think today we can actually talk a bit about the balance changes first.
Yeah.
Actually,
Actually, no.
this
Yeah.
I before we go about that,
what?
I'm pretty sure like I was looking through the thing and like I'm pretty sure like just a quick recap through what happened because you said about all those things, but we don't know if they're
Yeah,
true or not until we see them. I think they're pretty much true,
yeah.
right? Like all the
Okay,
things
here
you
we
Yep.
said,
go.
the chicken and and then with Aoife
Mhm.
and with all of that. Like,
Yeah.
how do you feel about like this meta?
Uh, I mean, it's pretty fun that we had kind of a like a variety. So you kind of have a pretty rock paper scissors relationship. Surprisingly though, the countryside deck, aka the cooking one, is actually kind of the bottom of the hierarchy. Actually, I said like rock paper scissors, but pretty much like Aoife counters a lot of decks. If you guys are also looking at the third deck, aka the cube one, this one is actually a lot more aggro, and it kind of could win against Spiritspeaker. Spiritspeaker can easily counter Aoife. Aoife counters Countryside, and Countryside kind of counter Spiritspeaker for being aggro, and basically had a lot of damage pressure against Spiritspeaker.
Yeah, exactly. Like to me, like Countryside or like Karakuching Chicken is a relatively easy to play deck. Like it's not like too linear, but it's linear enough that it can be called like just like your typical aggro deck. Whereas some other decks in the meta, such as Spiritspeaker or specifically Dahlia if half done,
Yeah.
some of them might, in theory, don't do well against Countryside, but a lot of it depends on the player level as well. Like
Exactly.
we have seen a lot of matches last patch where Spiritspeaker can totally win against Countryside just from skill level difference, basically.
Yeah.
Like you need like a high level and a clear plan for that kind of matchup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like despite having a matchup advantage, there's still a lot of good chance for Spiritspeaker to be able to win, based on how they roll and based on how they get to play as well. So as I said, yeah, Countryside kind of like a bottom of the hierarchy, but despite that, it's one of the most.
very good.
It is
Yeah.
the most popular
It's
deck
still
to
very
play back in the patch, and as we already seen by now, I think this one is actually sorted by user age, and as we see, it's 15 players across all 3 regions for the whole entire patch. And surely it also has quite a lot of deck variants as well on its own, being the
pretty
order
decent
and
win rate as
the
well.
options as well. It could be both easy, but could also has a high skill display for you to play. Like if you play correctly, you can pretty much sweep the whole entire opponent within just round 2, giving by just your basic card. Yeah. As for Spiritspeaker, I don't think there's much stuff for us to talk about. Actually, you just skill a lot on Spiritspeaker. She's kind of like a fake aggro character. You want to do a lot of actions with her, and every single time that she skills, she's actually apply quite a lot of mental it's a bit of mental pressure to your opponent, because oh my god, she get to skill, and oh my god, she get to skill again, and like it's really scary when they all adding up together.
She's one of those characters that has a timer, and by that I mean once she has killed enough times, then the game is essentially over, right? That's why we always say that she can win pretty much any stole matchup that is not herself, because basically no stole deck can match her amount of like value later on.
It could be a bit of hot take, but I feel like Spiritspeaker is pretty much like everything. Like her skill is kind of like aggro stuff, because once again it applies a lot of pressure to your opponent in terms of mind game, because oh my gosh, she gets to skill. It's really scary, and whenever she pressed her skill, it's just really scary. You don't know what effect she's getting, and the effect is always gonna be using against you. Like you have the cryo hit, which is a skill talent at home. You have the discount, which is the most broken ass thing, because usually her heal is costing cryo as well. So the Swift Shadow, the discount one, can make you play without having spending any dice. This is absolute broken. We're not even talking about the dice quantity. We're talking about dice quality, because one of her biggest weakness is having cringe dice. And then yeah, that's the aggro part of her. She's kind of playing like an aggro combo, because when you stack a lot of stuff, you technically are comboing, and you can easily sweep by a certain amount of time when you have stack of all enough damage, you have stack of all the effect that you want, and then you just got a combo, getting a lot of dice from your treasures, and basically not try dice gen, and then you just sweep the rest. Basically, you just spam your Radiant Heal doing a lot of damage when you stack a lot, and they are free and they are card draw, so you draw even more heal, so you could keep chaining all the heal, just like Navia Bullet, but free. And then the way people are playing her to make her available is to play her with stall. Basically just freeze opponent, because as a combo type of character, you are extremely vulnerable to aggro damage. And if she didn't live long enough to skill enough, then she's just pretty much useless. So she wants to be playing as stall, so you see the Harrow here having tax the opponent, also has a revive, which is quite relevant too if you talk about it, because you're kind of dealing with Quicken, right? Quicken is actually a lot more relevant here because they do big chunk of damage, and then just having Harrow's revive to block them all. And he has a prepare skill, can pass turn. Nivelet also pretty fine. Honestly though, I don't like Nivelet actually. In this case, I think there would be a lot of better character for you to enable that, but honestly, despite hating him, I'm still running Nivelet in my Spiritspeaker list, but anyway. Yeah, so that's why I thought about Spiritspeaker. She's kind of like everything. She has a bit of something, she has a bit of this, a bit of that in terms of gameplay, deck building, and her identity. Alright.
I feel like Spiritspeaker went through a bit of a roller coaster last patch, where at the beginning of the patch, people were like, "Oh my gosh, she can generate like 100 shields or something. Is she like the most broken thing ever?" And then people then realized that, oh, you can just bring any aggro and she will just lose. And then after that, people were like, "Oh wait, you can just bring freeze and then you can deal with aggro decks." So like by the end of the patch, she's like very comfortably in the meta. But that was not the case, I guess, at the beginning, or like towards the middle of the patch. So yeah, that's something interesting.
It is, yeah. And then like people also find that if you can protect her, if you can run more aggro stuff in your deck list, you pretty much have a lot of good way to protect her. So let's say I see some players, notably Linux, bringing Whipping Willow, aka very aggro card. You get extra draw 2. When end phase, you only have 2 cards on your hand, which is basically a card draw card for aggro decks because they tend to use their hand. And I mean that's also true for Spiritspeaker because you want to use your hand like pretty early. You want to set things up. And you pretty much will have to tune quite a lot because once again her weakness is not having good dice.
Yeah, it's like one of the few decks that have no transfix in the meta last patch.
Yeah.
Well,
she would be one of the reasons why Hoyo's still not releasing free transfix for sure. She should still be one of the reasons. She has to be. Alright. And then some aggro card. I mean, you run like instant dice gen. I mean, you definitely run Woven here. And then you run stuff like just Money Man is also kind of like an aggro deck thing because like let's be real, every aggro deck runs that. And it is kind of like aggro, so you can snowball your thing. Yeah. In terms of combo, I don't think anybody playing combo bringing that, and definitely not stalls, so don't just need. But yeah, a lot of aggro stuff to play in her deck, and then people notably Injagi, he was the first person to actually bring Dev Resistant on Spiritspeaker to actually make her a lot more tankier early game.
Yeah, which is very relevant in this.
Yeah, she's like, a lot of the time used with Frost Moon other side, which is also another aggro card. But yeah, Injagi is the person to first bring Dev Resistant to protect her, so she can tank more aggro damage a bit, so she can get her skill necessarily. Alright.
Also because like later on, once Spiritspeaker has got like 2 Swift Shadow, then like then the other side Arcane cannot even like discount her Radiant Heals anymore. Or more specifically, it can, but you don't want that because at that point you do not spend any dice to use it. 31.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's another reason why like something like they are resistant might be a bit better.
But
as well.
yeah, once again, because it's the aggro card, it actually helps you quite a lot in the early game state, especially when you don't have enough skill to hit the 2 Swift Shadow, right? So once again, dice discount is really good for Spiritspeaker once again because of the dice requirement being cryo. And then if you have like at least one, and then your Frostmoon other side hitting it, it will be good. But as soon as you hit the second Swift Shadow, there's always a good chance for Frostmoon to backstab you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So that's pretty fair for people to run their resistant. This is really good. But yeah, that's I think everything about Spiritspeaker. Is there anything we want to recap a bit about?
We want to talk about Escolini for like the 7th time.
I don't think it's 7th time. I feel like it's 100 times.
Tukidi, can you scroll down a little bit?
Yeah.
You
should have just
open go back to the table.
You should have just opened Spiritspeaker deck list as we were talking.
You should have told
So
me
yeah,
earlier.
as I can say, yeah.
Yeah, we can go back to the table
People
now.
are running Spiritspeaker Talent, which
we
is
can talk
a crap talent. They are running Scion of Canopy, which is something that, I mean, it's an instant give 1 dice card, so it's definitely good, and it's kind of like aggro thingy as well.
It's like 0 cost 3 dice, which is
0 cost 3 dice,
and
exactly. And
Spiritspeaker is someone who can proc all 3 strike during the same round, usually during her combo round, where the game is over.
Actually, Spiritspeaker can only take it twice, but you understand.
Yeah, two. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, you can only use it twice, but yeah. I think if you look at more deck lists, I think you get to see someone with what the hell?
Could you go back to Spiritspeaker deck?
Yeah, can you go back to Spiritspeaker decks? And then just look at the different variants. I'm pretty sure there should be one day resistant in there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is the version of the deck. People are just using too late. It's bad. Anyway, just keep going. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're resistant. Yeah, as we see.
Is this Linux version?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the version that was talking about. Yeah, and people are even running changing shift, dude. That's an aggro card.
Yeah,
because no deck won't just go ahead and run changing shift, because why not? Why would you just use a card that substitute a dice for swapping? Except for when you're doing aggro.
Yep.
Alright, and then they're running Whipping Willow, as I said. Yeah. Alright. I think we can go back to all the deck and then
the table.
Yeah, we could talk about Escolini, because that's also one of the mandatory deck to play in every single patch. Not getting touched at all.
Why is everyone? Why does there always have to be someone playing Escolini at every single version?
It's called mandatory.
Well, brave people like Kiritan and Somu for that, I guess.
Yeah, Somu and Kiritan are responsible for this.
Yeah. Wow, I can tell you that I lost my tournament game due to this deck, or more like due to my skill issue, but it's also because I chose this deck where I didn't really know how to play it properly. So yeah, it's not always this. To me, this is not really a deck where you can just pick it up and like play it comfortably. Like I would say the game plan is pretty linear, but there are some like specifics about this deck that can make it somewhat challenging, especially after all the nerfs right now. That do require a bit of skills to me. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? I mean, it's really like a pretty simple deck, but like until round 2, you have pretty much like a lot of different options. Also, depending on your drawing as well. Like if you get good stuff, you do good stuff.
Yeah,
it's really depending on what you roll, and like I mean, I guess the round 1 is still kind of brain rot, but
yeah,
honestly, yeah. I mean, I'm in my accepting arc about this deck. I first see it, try it, hate it, and like until the point that okay, fine, I guess you're not that bad anyway, and now we just accept it as a really normal deck. It's just staying there.
I believe I told you this, coaching, but I didn't even play this deck until last patch because of how much I hated it before that.
I know, right? But eventually everyone has to accept the fact that, well, this deck exists and it's just gonna keep living until someone just go ahead and touch them. Their
So a bit
worst
about-
time,
yeah.
their dark time was probably somewhere around Skirk Chaska, because Skirk Chaska just fully counter them, and then after the Skirk nerf, nobody cares about it, and then they're all just back.
Yeah.
And then they're just back.
So as you can see, like most Escolini nowadays don't even run Dice Fixer anymore because like
Yeah,
there's a saying, if you play Escolini, then you automatically roll well.
you automatically get
rolling
60
out
score.
is a
You
skill
don't
issue.
need dice fixing, yeah. At worst case, go ahead and tune 3, why not?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
and you
there's still
also
people
can see
running
that there are a
Durin.
lot of people running 2 Arcanes.
Mm.
It's one of the very few decks right now that can afford to run 2 Arcanes.
Yeah,
And
and we
that has a
definitely
lot,
see a lot
and,
of Joyous too, as we see. Like
Yeah.
the majority of them are running Joyous for one specific reason, to hit EVA decks.
Yeah, which was very prevalent last patch.
I feel like it's still pretty valid, right? Because well, you pretty much cleanse with Pyro on Linny, so and like Electro, you could easily cleanse it with Esco as well.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The thing is that for Storm Gales, as soon as you cleanse their Swell, they are pretty much gonna get immobilized for 1 round, because they're gonna have to wait until the next round that Cookie can finally apply another app so they can start swelling again. As for
Yep.
Aqua Reese, it's also kind of the same, but they can just easily go to Dahlia and do it again.
Yeah. I guess for Aqua Breeze, the downside over there would be you have to Dahlia skill again. Whereas for Cookie,
Yeah.
that you can just like you don't have to skill with Cookie again, basically.
But like
That's
at least
like your main
Dahlia
difference.
has like instant app, and like the damage
Yeah,
of it
that's
is
true.
not too bad, because it's still basically a 3 damage skill, or a 2 damage ball, or 2 dice.
Yeah, Dahlia skill is actually
So
very
in
good.
both
if you
cases,
think
yeah,
about
in
it.
both cases, it's still not that bad, because you're actually still doing damage, and you're actually backing up with the Aqua Reach Transfix, because that's the more important thing. Because that thing is just so easy to proc. Even a tiny sneeze can also proc it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, I believe that's pretty much everything from last patch. It's pretty much like the big 4. You always bring Spiritspeaker, Escolini, Countryside, and then or like your quicken deck of choice, I guess, and like whatever swirl decks that you want. Those are pretty much
Yeah.
like the 4 go-to of last patch.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess it's finally time to get into, what is probably like, the biggest elephant in the room.
Biggest elephant in the room. That has to be.
Oh,
No, he's
yeah.
not the elephant. He's not the elephant. But
So
Yeah.
who's the real elephant? Who's the real elephant?
It is the
Spiritspeaker.
Spiritspeaker. I
Yeah.
mean, if you want to talk about her, so first of all,
Yeah, we talk about her first.
okay, yeah. So most importantly, first of all, she can only stack 4 effects for now.
Yep.
She can now stack at most 4 effects rather than infinite, just like
Yeah.
ones. So yeah, whatever luck you get, the 4 are permanent and you cannot change them. And then yeah, they could be 2 pillar and 2 solid eyes. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, and
Like 2 pillar, 2 icicle or something.
yeah, and then
So,
they're
yeah.
just gonna be permanent. And yeah, good luck winning with that. And second of all, Swift Shadow is also nerfed. I'm pretty sure we can't see Swift Shadow here, so I
Yeah,
actually
we cannot
have my
see any
screen
effects
sharing,
here,
so
which
you
is
can
quite
have a look
a
at it.
bummer. Yeah.
Yeah,
We can just
CQB,
talk
I'm
about
actually
it, I guess.
screen sharing so, right now, so you can actually have a look at it.
Hold on, let me just.
Yeah, and just flash it on the screen as well.
Give me a second. Because
Yeah, sure.
it's gonna take a while to actually reach
Yeah.
reach it. 1 sec. Okay.
Mhm.
Give me just 1 second. I'm going to switch to it, and then window capture. Sure. And
Alright, there we go. Alright, as you
Okay,
see
that's
on the
nice.
screen, yeah, this is the nerf Swift Shadow, so yeah. It's no longer discount the Radiant Hue, which is the whole entire thing of her kit. So playing it for free and get free effects. Instead, it instead her Radiant Heal is now permanently at 2 cryo costs, and what it does is that whenever you play the heal, it will give a random card with cost reduction effect. Instead of fully discounted Radiant Heals at all, so you discount someone else other than this thing. Or I mean, if you could just... And also, there's one funny thing is that this thing can still stack, so if you have like 4 Strip Shadow, you're gonna get 4 dice discount. What's funny is that back then, because Radiant Heals only cost 2, right? So as soon as you get the second Strip Shadow, you can no longer see it in your gacha. So you pretty much like increase your art to see all the effect. But like, yeah, with this change, Strip Shadow is a lot worse because it can still appear after 3. After 2. And then it's not even discounting the most important thing. It's just discounting random stuff. I mean, sure, if you have multiple heal on your hand, there's a good chance of this thing discounting the other copies. But this is no longer good. And yeah, the cherry on top is that she only has 4 effects. So you have to plan them wisely. You just cannot, first 2 I get Swift Shadow, and then I get 1-2 card draw, I get 1 Icicle, I get Solid Ice, and then I just loop, and get more Icicle and win. You can no longer do that.
You have to plan out what are the 4 effects you want to get now. And usually, if we use the standard from last patch, 4 is usually not enough to win the game. If not, like it's very hard to win the game with just 4, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much about Spiritspeaker. That's everything about her. She's just pretty much dead. The biggest elephant gets sniped so easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's pretty much unplayable right now, and she's probably somewhere like a season mage power scale. She's not good.
Yeah. Maybe people can cook something that use her more as a support instead of like as a main carry.
Yeah.
But maybe, but like for now, then she is in the basement, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, alright. I think it's fair to move on to Aoife, I guess. Yeah, alright, Aoife.
Right.
Welcome back, Aoife. So, Aoife now deals 2 damage on his skill, which is a damage buff, but as a price of 1 extra cost for his skill. So, his skill is now 3 dice. It would do 2 damage instead of 1. So, I mean, this part is kind of a bit relevant in terms of late game, because as we all know, Aoife is a Catalyst user. So, his NA is also dealing only 1 damage. So, you kind of have to, like, you now actually kind of have his elemental skill dealing 2 damage. So, I mean, in some certain cases, it could be good, but this change, it actually hurt Aoife's strategies a lot in round 1.
Yep.
Because back then, people are usually using it, and then ended up having 2 dice left, and then they're gonna use those 2 dice to play the Transfix, and then use Covenant of Rock, and then Technique. So with this change, they will have to find 1 extra dice somewhere in order to continue the very same plan, or they're just gonna have to swallow without having the using the Transfix early.
Yep.
Which is not good. Yeah, because it's a free 2 damage Transfix card.
Yep. Even from last patch,
yeah.
if because like usually you always try to get a fast swap in round 1. If your fast swap last patch, like if the card you get run was Catherine, then you already needed 1 more dice from somewhere. So now that problem is even more, because now you actually, at the baseline, you need 1 extra dice somewhere. And with Catherine, you actually need 2 extra dice somewhere.
Have to find another one again.
And that is like along with all the other cards you need to keep in your hand, because you always need to keep Covenant of Rock. So you only have like 4 cards to swap back during Mulligan. There's obviously always a chance of you getting the Transfix in your opening hand, which we never want to see.
Exactly.
Sometimes against matchup where the opponent runs legacies, you sometimes need to keep stuff like Hazel Challenge or some high cost card, or like what is the Citlali cost code? I forgot what the name of that.
What? Which one?
The Citlali card that discount.
Sleepy Meditation.
Sleepy. Yeah. You need to keep those to block the hand grip from legacies.
Exactly.
So these these 3 dice requirement just add to all of those other requirements basically, which
Yeah,
makes your
so-
round 1 kind of awkward.
Exactly, right? So yeah, in short, it's kind of like a consistency hit on Eva. They definitely can steal Cookie skill or Dahlia skill into quick swap into Eva skill, but afterward is what it matters because now it costs 3. Once again, you're gonna have to find 1 extra dice somewhere. I mean, you could get Sleepy Meditation once again because Sleepy Meditation is a net +1. Oh yeah, you need Woven, you need something. This is really awkward.
Yeah.
Or you just don't get to play the Transfix round 1 at all. Which is really bad for Stormgale specifically because they need to swirl to hit the Transfix again to get more swirl. For Dahlia version, for Aqua Breeze version, I think it's a bit
It's
less
slightly better.
important.
Yeah.
It's still slightly better because Dahlia refunds 1 dice after swapping.
But only if you go first. So yeah.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah,
still-
if you go
yeah.
first. Yeah, because a lot of time your opponent just swap off and oh no.
Yeah. That's a
So that's
pretty big
basically consistency hit
change.
to what they
Yeah.
usually plan. I mean,
That's a
I
pretty big nerf
expect
to
this
all Eva decks.
Venture not gonna hurt Dahlia that much. I mean, it does hurt their round 1, but now that they're actually giving Eva a stronger skill to actually finish up games in more close match. Because his skill is now doing 2, and you can easily override his pre-existing technique by just using 1 new technique somewhere. I mean, if you play Sleepy Meditation, some of the time you might gonna keep the technique you get, and then you override it, and then you can Eva skill again for 2 instant. So
Yep.
yeah,
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
so I think that's a very
big
fair
nerf to all
change.
Eva
It
decks,
might
but
Stormgale a lot more than Aqua Breeze, but yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that out of the remaining 2 changes, one of them is related to the new cards. So let's talk about the other one first. The one about Tonatiuh, one of the Tonatiuh
Yeah.
changes being reverted.
Yeah, you can actually look at that on my screen, and I can just highlight them.
Alright,
You can
yes.
look at my screen again.
Wait, one sec.
I have that prepared on the screen. Yeah.
Whoa. Can't believe you prepare for everything, really.
Yeah, I prepare
Nice.
everything. It's a bit smaller. You might gonna have to zoom in. Okay, so first of all, Tonatiuh has second stack in the baseline. You only draw 1. Hoyo has been sick of people playing 2 Narcissan, which is a 1 cost draw 1 card, and then hitting the second adventure, they're gonna draw 2 again, which makes it basically a strategize but also heal you. Which
And
is
fix
too
your
good.
dice.
Which is just too good.
Yeah,
And
which
it
is
also
very
fixes
good.
your dice too, exactly. It fixes 2 of your dice into Omni dice because that's what Tonatiuh usually do. Yeah, 2 convert 1 whenever you adventure, 2 Omni. And yeah, it's back to draw 1 now. So it makes double Narcissan is less playable. Because a lot of time, well, in decks that you would run 2 Narcissan, you pretty much have a really big consistency too. So you can use both because if you are using 1 separately, the first one is really bad. But yeah, after this nerf, I expect to see less Narcissan spamming.
Yep.
But honestly, dude, I don't like this change. And yeah, they actually make another second change, which is right here on the 6th effect. So the rest should be the same, but the dragon, when you discard it, either with using up all its usages or using Blessing of M, it now only deals 3 damage instead of 5. Apparently, 5 is just way too much. And of course, if you use it with Blessing of M, you not only generate 2 dice, you also heal 2, and then you deal 5 damage, and potentially can just one-shot every unexpected full HP character.
Yep.
So you can easily just
Yeah.
snipe down any character that you want if they are the only character that is full HP.
Yeah, there were a lot of what we call Tonatiuh slop.
Yeah, we call it a
Maybe
Tonatiuh slop.
utilize this strategy a lot.
Yeah, it
Um,
kind
yeah.
of like reminds me back in the Magic day where everyone just play different characters but the very same deck list.
Exactly,
And like in
right?
this case, also the same. Pretty everyone running the same deck list, including Spiritspeaker. You run 2 Niflheim Dream. You run 2 Seymour. You run 2 Narcissus, and you run 2 Brocade, and you just slap in everything with Tonatiuh, and then you also run 2 Blessing of M, and you just get the dice, do big damage, one shot their most important character, and then profit.
Exactly. Yeah, that strategy is probably gone now after this nerf. About the Tonatiuh 2 stack nerf. So this is what originally it was. This. So originally when Tonatiuh was first released, it only drew 2 cards. I mean 1 card, a 2 stack.
Yeah. And
To
now
this
it's
back
bad.
then, the only deck I remember that were running through Narcissus to get to Tonatiuh was Injagi's Kenki deck, I believe. that
Oh
patch.
yeah.
That's like that was the only deck that was running Tonatiuh back then. And then obviously it got buffed, and then everyone and then Mother was running it. So yeah.
And also, I
Um,
remember Ark making one Kachi Navia also running Tonatiuh, and it's kind of fun. I never get to test it before the Tonatiuh slot comes in, but this
yeah.
thing is just way too much flexible. And honestly, you can even play it in non-resonance deck because like Conbe's deck can also run that.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and the fact that you only have 6 stack with a trillion of ways to proc adventure, like you have 2 Seymour procking 4 stack in total. It's just 2 rounds, so you could have it round 1, use it once, round 2, use it again, and you already all of a sudden you already get 4 stack, and then you just need 1 Brocade and boom, bada bing, bada boom, you already done it.
Yeah.
And then Infantry will start giving you extra damage as well because of that.
Exactly. It becomes a weapon, basically.
Yes, all of a sudden it just become a more cheaper, accessible to everyone weapon. So even Cloren giving up on her lo-fi and just go ahead and use this. It's just so much better. It also gives you 2 dice because of the full stack. I'll give you Battle Plan, which is 2 dice in general. Yeah, pretty much the
It's
same.
pretty much a lot of
lo-fi,
value.
good old lo-fi for Cloren. But yeah, dude, crazy.
Yeah. But now, I wonder how Flynn's deck will look right now after this nerf. Do people still
there's
run?
no reason. I'm pretty sure
Narcissus?
Flynn can still run Narcissus actually, because like there should still be 1 card different. It's not too much of a build for turbo card or like Flynn.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, for other decks that rely on this mod, and they should be less viable, and pretty much will not use it. Because your primary goal is still to get the card draw. The healing is actually just extra, and it's actually good. I mean, yeah, it is good. I'm not saying that it's bad. It's just a really good add-on, but to be fair, it's just not worth it anymore now that it give you 1 dice. I mean 1 card, and yeah, the primary goal got hit. That's pretty much it, right? All right.
Okay.
I guess
that's
for
everything about Venti.
Yeah, that's probably it for Tonatiuh.
Alright, let's go to this. Let's finally go to the new cards again. As I said, we do have 1 change, then other change, but that's gonna come with the new cards. We're gonna get to it in a moment. For now, though.
So I mean, yeah.
It's time for the new cards. Why did I forget to actually, check the new cards?
I think we can talk about the last change before, because as we said, it's related.
It's related to the new cards, because if we bring that up, we are going to have to bring the whole package up.
Okay, that's true. All right, sure.
Yeah, that's kind of right. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, all right. So now, let's get to the first of our stuff, which is... Actually, no. Should we even talk about Durin first? Or should we talk about...
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's totally fine. We can talk about Durin.
The first thing in the list.
Yeah, he's the first and most expected character to be here as well.
Yeah.
That's Durin.
Durin is there.
Right now, we don't really see... so for your information, yesterday we hosted Asia Weekly pretty early.
Yeah.
And yeah, sad news. I think we only get to see 1 or 2 Durin, and none of them.
There was
actually
only
went
one during the whole
Mhm.
weekly, which very surprised me because I thought a lot of people would bring Durin. But it
Exactly.
turns out
I
a
mean,
lot of
this is
people just
pretty.
bring the same thing
Yeah,
as last touch, which is quite funny.
yeah. He's also one of the most expected character to like basically having the highest hype ever. From a lot of people. Like if we look at Ark's community posts, I mean, he kind of does a lot of votes whenever there's a new character is getting announced, and Durin and unsurprisingly get the most votes. But yeah,
Yeah, he's very
it's actually
popular.
surprising that people are not bringing Durin that much. But yeah,
Yeah,
and
it
anyway,
surprised
let's
me
have a
too.
look at him. So NA pretty basic. Yeah, you get 2 damage physical. His skill 3 damage, and give you a
Which is good.
status. Basically,
3
like
damage
his
base
side
light is
move,
very
right?
good. Yeah.
Like his overworld thing. You skill, and then you get to choose between NA and skill again. So if you NA again, you do 1 extra pyro damage. So makes his second NA is almost also 3 damage and pyro app.
Which
But
is
if you
gonna be
use
like
his skill again, it's gonna give you efficient switch, which is
a free swap.
leave it to me.
Yep.
I mean, which is a changing shift. But
Yep.
yeah, so you either
And
want
that's
to
good
skill
because, like,
NA or skill to maximize the damage, and that's it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
And then his burst, he has 2 different bursts based on his mode. So I think we could talk about his passive first.
Yeah.
So his passive, basically, he's starting by default with his light mode. If you use a skill, he will turn to light mode, and if you use his NA, he will turn to dark mode. So yeah, it's pretty simple, right?
All right. So
Just like his overworld kit, basically.
Yeah, it's a bit different that overworld requiring to skill and then choose. But in this game, your basically your last action is the one that matters. It doesn't. You don't have to skill into NA to make him dark. You can still like you can do
NA things as
NA
well.
twice, and he's still
Yeah.
gonna be dark.
Yep.
Or you can exactly, and you can
And then you
also
can NA your then
NA
skill.
first and then skill to make him light. That also works.
Exactly.
So do we go to like his light form burst first or his dark form burst first?
Yeah, light and dark only affect his burst. It's just
Yep.
basically 2 different skill, and that's just pretty much it. It's not gonna affect his base kit. It's not gonna affect his elemental skill. The
Yeah.
passive only affects his burst.
Yeah. So I think let's just go through them
Right.
in order. So here's light burst.
Alright, this is this is light burst. So
Yep.
yeah, 3 initial damage and give you 4 usages of follow up pyro. Pretty good. It's a
Yeah.
double version of Mavuika skill.
Yeah.
Also
it's
having
like
initial damage, which is
yeah.
really good.
Yeah. And 4
Yeah.
stacks are usually pretty a lot of stacks basically. It's enough for you to
Is
do
it?
a lot of things with it.
Yeah. As initial damage is 1, right? Yeah. I see like Silky talk about this thing. He kind of likes it, and he kind of he's kind of is over what's it called again? Power creeping someone like Xingqiu. Because if you think about it, Xingqiu also the same energy, also the same cost, right? He does 3 follow-ups and 2 damage. Initially, and then Durin is actually the same damage, but like up to 5 different app instead, and like the
Yep.
follow-up is actually 4 usages, right? So you split 1 damage initially, and then you add it to 1 extra follow-up, which is really good because you get to
Usually this is more efficient.
do more reaction. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is basically a usage-based Yoimiya burst, which is a lot better because you have 4 usages.
Yep.
It's
And
like
you don't
the
need to
double
worry
version
about
of Mavuika skill. Yeah, it
You
is
don't need to
double
worry
version of
about the
Mavuika skill. Mavuika only has
limit.
2 stacks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now to
So that's the
Pretty
light
good
mode.
for something. You definitely could use it as a Yoimiya burst, but only 4 times. It's not gonna expire. Because, there we go. It's not gonna expire and it has 4 usage. Alright, there we go. Alright, we can move
Yeah.
on to the dark mode. which is right here. Also pretty standard damage type. It deals 3 damage initially and leaves a status like a Xinyan status, I call it. And what it does is that when you declare your end round, it will instantly do 3 extra damage. So you have a 6 damage burst, which is really strong for a 2 energy 3 burst, because usually you only get 4. But for effects like this, it gets
4 or
up to
5.
6.
So yeah.
And 2 different apps, yeah. Which is pretty good.
Which is also good, yeah. So
it's
both
pretty
moves
good.
are good. Yeah.
So the thing is that this one is more leaning towards the aggro stuff, because you do 2 big chunk of damage for free. While the other version, the light one, you can combo it easier for more reactions.
Yep.
So Durins are basically like pretty well designed, I say. It's pretty fun. And he has different ways to use his burst, kind of like Furina, right? Furina is having flexibility in her skill, but for Durin, you have flexibility in his burst. You can build him in a lot of ways, depending on your liking. Yeah, pretty well designed. I kind of like this character.
Yep.
I just didn't expect to see not a lot of people playing it.
Yeah, exactly. I actually played. So I played my first PvP game of GITCG today, actually, and I met quite a lot of Durin during AOC. One thing I yeah, I mean, he's like the new popular kid in town. So
I think partly because there's something new going around alongside with Durin, so basically
that we will get to.
We're gonna talk about later. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I want to quickly mention before we get to his talent. His skill doing, because like I'm just gonna spoil it a little bit. A lot of people are playing White Durin right now. White Durin is the more popular, or at least the more common right now.
Yeah.
What I really like about his skill, or at least his White skill, it deals 3 damage and gives you a free swap. That is, to me, is very good. That creates a lot of flexibility during the first round, and still does a lot of damage. It's like you can if you think about the free swap as an extra dice, then that's essentially like a 3 dice skill that deals 3 damage and give you a dice or something like that. Obviously, I know that the free swap is not always equal to a dice, but it's still very good value, at least to me.
It's just basically like a really good add-on, yeah. Especially especially if we look at the dark mode, you're gonna have to NA before using the burst, right? Your last action on Durin before using the burst has to be an NA, which makes it a bit less significant. Because, well, if we skill into NA, his NA is essentially going to be 3 damage and 1 pyro, which is equal to 1 normal skill.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is underlying dice.
Yeah.
It's just not too great compared to the extra dice swap from doing skill twice.
Yep.
For light Durin.
Yeah,
but
I think we can move on
that's
to
much
his
it. And I think we just in terms of deck building, just don't worry too much about his skill and focus on what burst you like more, and then play the deck that probably utilize it more instead, because every burst is great. Yeah, I've been seeing Kevin Z discussing a bit about theory crafting during yesterday, and I kind of and I felt like he kind of liked the dark more.
Yeah, I saw that too.
But I think it's also for a very specific reason relating to his talent, so we can actually talk about it now.
Like his normal talent, right? His normal talent, right?
Yeah. Well, he only has.
No, he only had one talent. What do you mean?
I forgot about that.
Right. So yeah, his talent is full cost, and it's a burst talent, and it's gonna give effect based on his light or dark mode.
Yeah.
So I think we could talk about the dark one first. Actually, the dark one is a 3/3. Remember that. So after using talent, it's gonna give you a permanent +2 to Durin and the second part of the 3 damage.
So that's 3/3 to 5/5.
Yeah. So it's gonna be So instead of 3/3 damage after the burst, it's gonna be 3/5 in total. So it's a permanent +2. And yeah, you heard it correctly. It's permanent. It's not having usage. It does not have any duration. After you use your Durin Dark Mode with the talent on, you always get the +2
So
until he probably dies or something.
Okay, so
So
if
it's
And +2 is very
it's
big.
essentially a +2 damage weapon on him. Yeah.
wait,
Yeah.
just to
Plus
confirm.
two is
So
very
it
big.
goes from 3/3 to when you use this card at 3/5, and then the subsequent
Yeah, 3/5,
usages
yeah.
is gonna be 5/5.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
And
like his
also,
damage is
if you
also increased by
spam
2.
normal attacks or any action with Durin, it's also gonna be 5.
Oh,
Yeah, if you NA, his NA gonna be 4. If you skill, his skill gonna be 5. It's permanent.
I am scared. I'm scared.
And
Yeah,
one
which
funny
is very
thing,
good.
actually, if you kill Durin and then revive him, you still gonna get the buff because the buff is team combat status. The way they have to make it team status so that so they can make sure his second part of his dark burst can still get the effect even if he dies or something. So yeah, even if you kill Durin and revive him, he's still gonna get his permanent +2 back. It's not gonna go away probably until you use his light skill. I don't know. I haven't tested, but we'll do that very soon probably.
I'm having a
But
hunch
yeah,
that
this
this
actually
is...
opens up a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, because after bursting, you now get a 5 damage character.
Yeah, I was thinking because Durin, like when I heard about it's like a team combat status, right? I was like, okay, that sounds off. Like this sounds like a bug. But then I remember that like in game, like in Genshin, like Durin is more of like an off field. Like he is both like on field and off field. So like and that's why I was like, okay, that makes sense. Like I'm not sure how to feel about this. Like, is it a bug? I don't think it's a bug, but
Yeah, it's not
No,
about.
it's not bug. It's their design constraint to make the buff actually work with his second part of the thing, because his second part of the damage is considered as a team combat status. So because they have to make it so that any character you end on will still gonna fire the 3 damage from his burst. That's why they have to make it team combat status, because it will always follow the active character. If they make it character status, you have to end on Durin every single time, which is not good.
yeah, I mean.
So yeah, that's basically the design constraint. And then they gotta and because that thing is also team combat status, the damage buff for Durin also a team combat status, which means that yeah, if he dies and comes back, he can still use it. Just like Nova VIII with the source
With the
water
balls.
droplet. If he's dead and then you revive him, he can still use the droplet normally.
I have a confession. I actually didn't realize that it's +2 until this podcast.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was quite surprised. That is +2 because +2 is very good. Because it's permanent, right? As you said,
+2 is
there's no
crazy,
usage or
I think-
round limit at all.
I'm not sure if
Um,
it's too strong or not. Like, if we see a lot a lot Durin like in the next few weeks, I think it might get nerfed to +1. I don't know. Maybe.
We'll see. Well,
I don't know, yeah.
I don't think they're doing emergency nerf anymore, so it's probably not
No.
not gonna be until
I'm
next
pretty sure
patch.
that's just a one-time thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's just a
That's
one-time
a
only, I
one-time
think.
thing, especially
that was
yeah,
that was
especially when
something,
we-
by the way.
Mhm.
And
So yeah,
Right.
so he will at least have like the whole patch for people to build around him or to discover new decks and new strategies around him, which is quite cool to see.
Yeah. Also,
Yeah,
one reason
yeah.
why they had the emergency because that was during the time where Princess is still going, right? So it would be
Yeah.
crazy to see everyone bringing one cost treasure and just deck the whole and just dig for treasure. It's like the it's like the one historical time in America where
Yeah.
people are just looking for gold.
The
But yeah,
the
anyway,
funny
back
thing
to
is
Durin
that,
talent.
yeah.
Yeah, let's back
go on.
to Durin's light mode. Okay, what does the talent do to his light mode?
+1
Okay,
damage
yeah.
to first 4
It says
instances.
your next instance of damage +1.
Yep, for 4 instances. And
So,
this
yeah.
is not only for his burst, this is like any damage.
Yeah, any
including your
damage.
team
So yeah, his his teammate can also use it. So yeah, it's basically just another 4 damage, which is really huge, by the way. Still really huge,
Yep.
especially for combo, right? Because you pretty much always want to do combo stuff with Durin, like
With wide
normal.
Durin at least. Yeah.
So yeah,
So, yeah.
giving 4 extra dice, extra damage in total is just really big, and you can just burst down any big opponent in pretty much only 2 actions, which is really good. Yeah. So in general, it's a really good good talent to have when you're playing with Durin. The only downside, obviously, it has to be a full cost. It is a full cost talent because it would
Yeah.
definitely be broken if it's staying at the base cost at 3.
Yep.
Because you just gain way too much stuff from it. Especially the permanent +2 on dark mode instead.
Yeah. He's one of the few talents that increase the cost of the skill that is still worth it to use, just from like how much value it brings to the character.
Yeah. I don't think, usually talents like this usually are really bad and they're just not worth at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this may
I
be
don't
an
remember
exception.
that having a. Honestly, I don't think there's any good increase card from talent, but being good.
Yeah. I don't remember either.
Yeah. The first one definitely has to be Cookie, and then they nerf Cookie's talent. I mean, no, Cookie talent is as a result of being too good. It has to be going for 4 costs. Yeah. But yeah, I don't think there's any other burst. I mean, there's any talent with increased cost and still being playable. But yeah, Durin is really good. And if you are playing Durin, you could just go ahead and use it because why not? It's pretty good. It costs 1 extra, but it gives you a lot more advantage. So you can technically treat it as a one cost weapon because you get the +1.
It also combos pretty well with the other new cards that you will get to later on.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Alright, and I think that's a long yap about Durin actually. I thought we were supposed to make it quick, and then I ended up being the person who yap a lot.
That's fine. I mean, he's also kind of like the main new character this patch, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty simple though. Yeah. Like, out of every character, he's the simplest character to talk about.
Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Alright.
And there you have it. There you have it. That's Durin.
We can move on to Jahoda.
Jahoda, let's go finally. Jahoda's joining us.
Oh my gosh, I think I'm not.
Yeah,
sure.
that's a long thing, right? That's a long ass dialogue. We could actually start with her talent. I mean, her passive.
Her
passive, not talent.
Yeah, her passive.
Okay, so she's basically Furina, give you a extra card when you enter the game. That's it, right? That's it. Quite simple, right? She gives you a card. Okay, but what does the card do? It's starting at 4 costs. Basically what it says is gonna deal 3 damage. It's gonna deal 3 damage for a cost of 4, and there's also a combat status, so you can push turn. Right? And it can be infused when you're swapping to Jahoda. If the opponent character having any element, it will infuse the card element. So yeah. So for example, you go to you play Cookie, you quick swap to Jahoda, then the thing will gonna infuse with Electro, and you cannot remove the infusion. And as soon as you play it, it's gonna deal 3 Electro damage. It's just that having a gimmick of splitting 2 instances is instead of 1 full 3 damage. So yeah, basically what it does is that it enables more reaction. It enables more reaction and kind of stuff. Basically, like, an opponent having Pyro, for example, you use the Electro, it's gonna deal 2 damage, and then reaction happens, opponent's force swap, and then you're gonna hit the Electro app on the swapped character. For example, like that. But yeah, if you're using a single target, like not swapping, then it's a full 3 damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty simple. And she has the second part of her passive, I think, which is whenever it swells, it's gonna cost decrease the card by 1, and you can discount up to twice, which is really good.
All of those copies.
So yeah, you're definitely never gonna play her card at full cost. You're pretty much gonna have to play her somewhere at 1 or 2 or even 0. So it's gonna take time for you to discount it. Yeah, that's pretty simple, right? Simple, right? Definitely not as confusing as Chaska. Anyway, we can start with NA. Simple, 2 damage bowl. Yeah, 2 damage bowl. That's it. Alright, her elemental skill has a lot of stuff to talk. Alright, first she deals 2, right? 2 animal, and then swap to the right side character. So Kazuha thing. And then also gives you HL switch. So Ian-san.
Which is fast swap.
Which is a fast swap. And then it also discount one of your bullet. Yeah, just call it bullet for now.
And that's how you call it bullet.
After skill, it will discount 1 bullet and yeah, swap to the right side and HL switch. Yeah, 3 stuff. So yeah, so basically combining with her passive, if you swirl on her skill, you're gonna get 2 discount on her bullet. That's it. That's pretty good, right? And then yeah, it's 2 damage. 3 thing happens. That's it. But yeah, if you don't have any bullet, this is the only way. Her skill is the only way for you to generate more. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, if you don't have a bullet, she will generate the bullet instead of attaching discount. So you have no other ways for you to get a bullet unless you skill again after using it. Alright, her burst. Her burst, yeah, pretty simple, right? 3 damage, create a status. What does a status do? I haven't really read it actually. Alright.
It's just an end
1
phase.
animal damage if your active character being Danger or Geo. What?
Yeah. It's like
What?
it's one of those like llama status where it's like kind of like a summon.
Oh wait, it's not a summon, right?
But it's
not
actually a
summon.
status. Yeah, it's
Oh,
not a
it's a
summon, but it's
combat
kind
status,
of like a
okay.
summon. Yeah.
Okay, it's kind of like a llama, yeah.
Yeah.
It also has a really funny thing is that yeah, it's gonna deal 1 animal damage if it's Dendro or Geo. Wait, what happened if we are animal then? Is it also animal?
So this deals 1
Still
animal.
other
Yeah.
animal?
It's basically
Okay, yeah.
deals 1 animal if the element cannot be
Oh
sword.
yeah.
It just deals the
I see.
the other element if it can be sword,
Yeah.
basically.
So yeah, basically the damage is getting infused by the active character. It's gonna do 1 damage of that and then heal 2 to the taken most damage character. There we go. Yeah. So I think it's still pretty simple to be fair.
Yeah.
It's just I mean a lot of thing happens, but she's looking pretty simple and yeah, she's probably gonna be play around her bullet, but sometimes I just see people just go ahead and use her bullet as an extra fodder for legacy to be fair. And also she's not dry. So if you're playing animal decks, you could definitely have Jahoda to enable not cry synergy, so you have Moon Gleam and stuff. So for example, you could add Jahoda and Aino, and all of a sudden you now access to Moon Gleam, aka +2 Woven, and then you have Aqua Breeze if you're running another character, another animal. But yeah, I think in terms of deck building, I think a lot of people just use it for her bullet and being not cry, because not cry characters quality are just kind of all over the place.
Wow. Anyways, can we go to her talent now?
Yeah, we could. Yep.
Yeah.
What does the talent do actually? I kind of haven't read. Okay. Combat action use skill. Oh yeah, it's skill, right?
And
Okay,
this
yeah.
is fun.
Right.
When Jahoda switches.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's like
it's like a
You
Kinich one, right? It's like a Kinich one. If your hand is greater than equal to yours, you copy 2 of their hand and place
but
it
this
on
time
your
it's copy. It's not like those stealing effects. You
Yeah,
just
it's
copy
kind of
this
like
time.
Kinich talent, but it's not equipment. She's using her skill to enable it. But okay, but the bigger question: does it work immediately when you use the talent, or do you have to swap out and swap it?
I believe for Kinish, does it work immediately?
Yeah, Teenage is
Then
gonna
then, then
work,
it's the same for this one
but
because
this thing
like
I'm not sure, right?
this
Yeah.
talent is coded the same way as Kinich. I'm pretty sure. Yep.
It
So if
doesn't
you-
say, because I believe Kinish skill set.
Um,
Kinish talent does says that whenever Kinish swap in or use a skill.
because the reason why I know is that so during the Kinich PvE stage, so if you play against the NPC Kinich,
Yeah.
immediately at the beginning of the game he will just steal one of your cards because
Yeah. That's
because
really
he has a
annoying.
talent equip. And that's also the same thing with Jahoda. So I believe
Yeah,
the two
and
things
then,
is coded similarly. So for
Exactly.
Jahoda, like you play against the NPC Jahoda, she will immediately also copy two cards at the beginning of the
Yeah.
game.
And then +1 from her passive, aka the bullet. So she's gonna open up with a card.
So,
Yeah, exactly.
to be fair,
You open with like a hand with 8 cards. In that
Yeah,
stage.
I mean that's just only exclusive to NPC Jahoda. Yeah, because every NPCs at serious mode they're gonna have their talent equipped
Yeah.
automatically at the beginning of the game.
yeah. No, but like, I have a question.
Yeah.
What do you get out of like copying cards instead of stealing them? Because at least if you steal them, I feel like you are going to be able to like block block whatever.
Yeah,
the
good
defense is.
question.
But like,
Good question. Actually, we have no idea. Probably only for hand knowledge.
Yeah, hand knowledge, and also you get +2 cards, which is a lot more than +1. +2
Yeah,
card is
in
quite
terms
good.
of
And usually
card
opponents will run
quantity,
good
yeah,
cards
you
in the
have
decks.
card advantage instead of in terms of quantity, but the quality is probably, I don't know. It's a gamble thing,
It
right?
depends.
Because it's fully random.
It's fully
And
random,
I think the
exactly.
fact that it can also copy 2 cards of the same. So like, I don't know. Is there any
Yeah.
way of saying that? Randomly copy 2 cards, yeah. So I'm pretty sure you can still copy the very same card twice. So at the very least, you get 1 hand knowledge from your opponent, and that's pretty much it. And I mean, you could technically use the very strong card of them if you happen to get. So for example, you copy "I'd rather lose money." You definitely could use it. Definitely could use it because yeah, first of all, you now know opponent also having it, so you could play it, and then both players will get +3 dice because of that steal. I mean that copy. That's pretty much it, I think. And yeah, other than that, yeah, increasing card quantity on your hand. That's it for tuning stuff. If you say,
I
it's
think
definitely
it's
not
pretty
gonna
much,
be annoying opponent. You just kind of like
yeah, it's just
having more
whatever.
cards and that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah, it is whatever.
I
But
feel like
when
this
it
is not
does
like a
copy
for fun
something
card.
cool, then yeah, it's good. I for
But
casual
hey,
play, yeah,
it's-
go ahead and use
yeah.
the talent. But
Yeah,
for
it's just
competitive,
very
probably
fun.
you don't.
Yeah,
It's
probably
pretty
you
fun.
don't.
Yeah.
Unless you do like some weird Frost Moon other side, like where you just run all the talents possible, as long as it
Yeah.
doesn't increase the cost.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, you could do that in Frost Moon Other Side aggro because yeah, it's a 3-cost talent that uses her skill. So discount it, and then you also get advantage of copying cards. That's just fun, and yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, remember
just
the
fun.
time when we first get Sir Arthur? Yeah, it's one of the best cards for you to play as casual. Go ahead and use it against your friend and surprise them with with their own stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
Right.
everything for Yahoo.
I believe yeah.
Something.
I believe only Ergachek cooked with Jahoda in like yesterday weekly. I think he pretty much brought a Stormgale deck but used Jahoda and Sucrose, which is quite interesting. I think the game plan around his deck was that he used obviously I didn't watch the weekly, so I'm not sure. But just looking at the deck list, it seems that it used Sucrose Burst to buff all the instance of electro damage that you can deal. And then Jahoda card deals 2 instances of electro damage. So you get like, instead of 2+1, it's gonna be like 3+2, which is pretty good.
Oh
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
3+2 or
That's
something.
my
Yeah, you can use
impression.
it with Faruzan. You can use it with Gene Talent, so you can make it like multiple damage. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the
Exactly.
benefit of having multiple instances of damage.
Exactly. Yeah, and like always, as always, splitting different hits is actually a lot better than putting everything at once. Because yeah, you split, and then you can also split a bit more damage in terms of overkilling, because if you overkill a character, then you're overkilling, and the remaining extra damage will just go to waste. But in this way, you just basically fully using everything up. So splitting is always better.
Tukibi, could you go back to her burst for a moment? I just want to check something. The summon, or like the status.
The status,
of her burst. Yeah.
It works almost like a summon, but
Yep.
yeah.
So one thing I noticed here, her burst have 9 values, which is quite large, because they have like 3 damage initial, and then each of the end phase you deal 1 damage and heal 2. So it's quite a lot of value for a burst, for like a 3 cost 2 energy burst. So that might be something that people can explore.
And it's not
That's a
really
lot of
that
value.
delay as well too. It's not really that delay.
Yeah,
and then
it's
if
like
you look at
Fischl.
Tonatiuh,
Yeah, it's not Sayu.
if you look at Tonatiuh burst, it's actually pretty much the same. Tonatiuh take the 3 initial damage minus 2 and then take it as a heal. But the difference is that Tonatiuh's burst will always cleanse your opponent's element.
Exactly.
Because it's one of the bursts that cannot infuse. This one can be infused by your active character.
Yep.
So actually it become more relevant in terms of doing reactions.
Yeah. It's also not like a true
summon on
infuse.
you, right? You end it on someone else, you apply this, and then the summon then do animal and then swell into something else.
Exactly. Like you can decide who to end on based on whether you want to apply the element or you want to trigger the reaction. So it's
or
very,
you could
very
play with
flexible.
Falza and Jean and then end, and then the thing also getting buffed. This is a really fun character to play, and I mean, you have a lot of ways to play. You can also use her as an extra fodder for Legacy, just like Furina. Yeah, and remember, she's a not try character, meaning that she can enable not try strats.
Exactly. So lots of ways to use her, and we'll see what people can cook up. I'm pretty interested.
Exactly. Hopefully, she's just not becoming Inifa 2.0.
Yeah, hopefully.
Alright, moving on. Our last character. It's Hydro Cube. Yeah. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. We got our third cube.
Yeah.
Finally.
It's also quite a simple character too.
Yeah, which is good. I don't like too complex characters because I feel that that makes the game too complex.
Simple enough and strong enough is what we need. Alright, first of all, probably just go ahead and start with the basic stuff, right? NA, 1 Hydro, Catalyst like NA. Yeah, nothing too much to talk about. Skill, prepare skill, do 2 first and then 1. It's a Sayu skill. It's a pre-nerf
Herald skill. Yeah. So Herald is kind of back.
We had to have Herald back. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. And then burst, 3 damage and make a summon, just like the other TR cubes. Okay, then what does it do for this summon? So this summon, I just deal 1 damage, right? 2 damage, 2 usages.
Yep.
And 3 initial damage. Okay, there's one thing to talk about this thing is that if Enfei when it procs, right? If cube does not have any revive, it will instead make another revive status.
Yep.
So yeah. So if
also,
you don't have revive status, it will make 1 instead of dealing damage. If you already have the revive, then it will do damage.
It will what?
Yeah. And also,
it will apply the revive status.
Revive.
Yeah.
Hold on. This is the first time ever I've seen one of the cubes actually does like this is. Hold on. The last time, okay, listen, the other 2 cubes do not have like the ability to just revive infinitely, right? The only character that
he's the first one.
The only character that I know that can do infinite revives, if I remember correctly, is Kuki Shinobu.
Kinda is,
yeah. If she can burst multiple times in the round,
yeah. And then you also have Dahlia Talent, which also pretty much the same as Cookie Talent. And then if you are talking about the 2 cubes, they also have a talent that apply another revive on them. And
Yep.
one of them also heals them as a combat status.
Yeah.
I mean, as a combat action. But yeah.
Like, this one is
Basically, the
Also,
design
if
of
you
the
look at about his passive, actually, in terms of Hydro Cube, there's actually another extra line. There's actually another extra line. Yeah, the first line definitely give it the revive. Second line, if the summon is on the field when the revive status is getting used, it also decrease one. It also use one of the summon usage and immediately give you one extra revive. So, what it means is that I mean, yeah, it works exactly like you say, right? So whenever you proc his first revive, if he already have the summon on, he'll immediately use one of the revive from the summon, instead of having to wait until the end phase. And the reason why they actually have to make two different effects is kind of funny. Because if you already lose the revive and then you burst, then this second part means nothing. You have to use your burst when you still have your revive on in order to use the second part of his passive.
basically another way to understand, or like another way to work what Kerching just said, is that when Cube has the summon active, he has like Natlan resonance where he can revive at any time as long as the summon is still there. However, during the turn that this cube uses the burst, if you already lost the revive, then your opponent has like then the cube has a vulnerable phase, which is from the point that it uses the burst until the end phase. Because during that period of time, there is no protection. This only if you already lost the revive before you use the burst. So if you still have the revive while you use the burst, then it's just Natlan resonance, where you have like
it's
infinite
technically
revives.
Natlan resonance based on the usage of the summon. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you have it. Exactly. So he can actually just live long enough to take multiple summons from opponent only when he uses his burst before losing the summon. So there you go. It's really good. Let's look at his talent actually. Yeah, so it's basically a really easy to understand character, I say. Alright. Fast action, equip. So unlike the other cubes, this talent will not give him the revive because the revive part is built into his kit. What this thing does is that it will heal your
most damaged
monster
monster.
character.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I
It will heal your monster character whenever the cube deals damage,
so do you really need this?
including the summon. So yeah. And remember, this thing synergizes really well with his skill too because it's a prepare skill. It's hitting twice. So you click skill, it hit once, heal, and then turn past your opponent hits you, and then turn back to you, you hit the second hit from his skill, and then you heal again. And then end phase your summon hit, you also heal again. Yeah, one cost, heal 3 times every round. Pretty good, right?
Yeah, but like he only heals monsters, monster characters, so which is
Yeah, he was
But
monster.
he's also
He
a
is the
monster,
monster.
though.
He
Yeah.
is the monster.
So
Oh, right.
you can still run him by himself.
Oh yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
forgot
Yeah,
that.
he is the
Sorry,
monster.
sorry. My mind is not really.
Yeah, but yeah,
You can
as you
heal
say,
with
it's
Thesaurus,
quite
you can
funny
use him with
that they
Thesaurus,
specify the
you-
monster part there.
You can, yeah. If you wanted to synergize,
Wait, hold on.
you could run him instead of Dahlia in Aqua Breeze, and Halfdan is a monster.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
So is it really a synergy or an anti-synergy? Or it really depends.
Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know. It's
Honestly,
probably
I don't
depends
know.
on what decks do you want to use because
It depends. Yeah. It depends
there are
on
some
how
decks where you want to heal him
right?
only, but maybe it's also fine to heal others. I don't know.
I think most of the time it would probably be an anti-synergy.
Yeah.
I mean, no, honestly, I kind of feel like the card, despite looking good, it is the anti-synergy to Cube himself. So, for example, if you would run Cube with another monster, I think most of the time Cube would be the person to take the damage and will heal himself, or will want to heal himself.
Yeah. But to
And
be
then
fair,
if you have someone else taking more damage, Q will heal
Yeah.
that person instead of himself, which is not good.
yeah,
And
exactly.
then, I mean, if you were using Q as your primary tank only, as your only monster too, like, you pretty much probably want to use his multiple revive with the burst,
Yep.
with his Nail Unrest.
So, yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like this card is looking really good, but like it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And you can
I-
definitely use it with Maiden. Well, Maiden is good.
Yeah.
Maiden is good with it.
Yeah, probably. I feel like the healing stuff is still fine because it's healing the most damaged monsters. But like healing the part where it heals the most damaged character is probably like the most kind of efficient heal that we have. So like you're never wasting the heal at least. So it's still fine. It's only the case where, yeah, as you said, if Cube is tanking, then you mainly will want to heal him instead of like the other characters who are safe. But his talent will sometimes not make that happen. But like I feel like that's something we can live with. One thing I want to quickly mention about the burst, about the summon. The summon have no max usage, which means you can increase the usage with cards like Quick Knit and People of the Spring. Probably
People
not
of the
People of the Spring, but like
exactly.
but like any card that increase usage, and those will also increase the amount of revives you get. So yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, he will be a infinite wall, which is really annoying.
Nano machine, son.
Nano machine, son. Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You pretty much can just easily skill burst and then just infinitely recycle your life.
And having Hero's old skill is very good because we all know like how good Hero was back then.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no like
new
the
skill after nerf is just really bad, even after flipping. By the way, but oh my god, they just have to. They just have to because Hero having a +1 damage for himself is just way too much because you're actively getting a 5 damage character by just using his kit.
Exactly. So
yeah, this skill is really good. We like this kind of skill, especially on a tank character as well, because this guy is such a tank.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, a bit of a side note. Because now we have the Hydro Cube, we can now run a 3 cube deck. If you guys want to do that.
We now have triple Q. We're no longer having to slap in GG.
Insert.
We can just literally make a zombie squad.
Are you talking about the Dormammu decks? Like the one with like a bunch of revives. So yeah.
Yeah, we call it zombie because you just keep reviving, and GG is the zombie.
You know, here's the thing, right? I heard someone in one of the other chats, I think it was from the Discord main court chat, like the Genshin main court chat, right? Saying why does a 3 cube deck survive longer than a 1 cube deck?
What?
I mean, like at this point, it's pretty clear that some people need to like realize.
I mean, yeah, you have multiple revive. Revive has never been a redundant effect. It's always been the best one. And the fact that every cube only has 8 HP, and then plus the revive, meaning it only has 9 HP in total. That can actually like emphasize how broken ass that a revive effect can be, because like characters like Signora 10 HP and still has a revive.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and
so you can
she
see how
had 2 elements
actually
too.
broken these characters are, and then the heroes also 10 HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
This
it's
thing
good.
is really good. You should start having fun with Cube. Alright, that's it. I think we took quite too long to talk about the new character.
And that's just characters.
Because
We're
we
still
only
having
have-
like the
because-
new actual cards.
Like we talk about all of that.
we only read the first half. Yes.
Yeah, we
First
read
half
the
of
first half.
everything in terms of new stuff. All right, let's speed run the new stuff we get.
Actually,
okay.
we don't need to do that.
new
There's only
action.
one card. There's only one card before we get to the next big feature.
Oh yeah, real. Okay, cool. Okay, yeah, we have
Okay, yeah, we
festing.
can talk about this. first.
Feasting is festing. Oh,
Feasting,
festing. All right,
feasting.
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 Feasting. Okay, simple thing. 0 cost gives both player 2 dice and 2 cards next round. So really good for aggro and period. I'm pretty sure this effect does not stack.
Yeah, it doesn't
So you
stack.
can
It's
play
like a,
2 and
yeah.
get 4 dice and 4 draw. But yeah, very strong
Yeah,
effect though.
it's like legal resonance. I actually
Yeah.
don't know how I feel about this deck actually.
I mean, this card is
Um,
neutral. This
Because
card is very neutral. Like it's 0. It
yeah,
gives
I mean,
plus
obviously
1.
the effect is neutral. My thing with this deck is, or like with this card in particular, is that it benefits the opponent as much as you do, right?
Yeah.
The case that it will, the only case where it will benefit you more is that if you are winning very hard and your opponent like just have like one character or something and they cannot even survive the round.
Yeah.
But in that case, you're already winning anyway. So
It's
yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it right now, but maybe later on in the patch, I would change my opinion on it.
I'm going to.
Yeah.
I'm
well,
going to. Okay.
as for
I'm going to have a hot take here. This card is strictly for the fans and nothing else. Like unironically, this card is strictly for the fans and nothing else. Because you look at the card art, and you can understand what I mean. This card is strictly for the fans.
okay. I see. You have the whole Sumeru gang, the Sumeru 4. I don't know how you call them. Yeah, the Sino, Tenari, Kave, and I'll hate them all in one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, my take is actually amazing if I'm not talking about busted. This shit is actually
Okay.
crazy if you guys cannot realize it. So first of all, we all know that a bit history, right? You all know that aggro has been mobbing over everything every now and then. Ever since the Luna versions, aggro has been everywhere. And this card is the one that makes aggro even a lot stronger. Because it's free, you play it. Aggro has always been I see card, I play card anyway. And then it gives you 2 extra cards to work with and also with 2 extra dice. And the fact that, I mean, it also does the same to your opponent, but the thing is that, let's say against, let's just say this. If we're aggro, we had 1 extra action because we having 10 total dice, right? If we are not counting anything else, we have 10 total dice. We have 2 big. So we have a draw 2 for free. It's gonna make your damage a lot more snowballing, and it's gonna help you actually manage to win the game within 2 rounds, even if you're just aggro without any ramping. And for example, we already seen like Chicken Deck, Countryside already doing a lot of stuff in this round too. Like I would say a lot of Chicken Decks highlighting. They always do a lot of stuff. Like notably, you could also do 5 actions with this round 2, and this card is here to make that even more frequent, happening more frequently. And then if you look at decks like Ifa, oh my god, they took his weapon away from him and now they give this to them. Imagine Ifa just go ahead and get 2 extra cards and 2 extra dice. And the funny part is that you're aggro, you don't care about your opponent. If they die, you win. So the 2 dice that you're giving them will not matter. Your aggro deck, you just go ahead and kill them. It's actually
Hey,
crazy.
fair.
Yeah, alright. Anyway, I think I just yapped too much and I got a little too excited about it. And also one funny thing, this card is also really good against decks that love ramping.
Yeah, or decks that draw a lot, basically.
Because
like
force
this will make them
drawing
overdraw.
is actually crazy. Force card draw effect is actually crazy,
Yeah.
and it's kind of underrated in our game. Because as we all know, we have hand size limit. Unlike other games that every draw not having any cost, every draw in this game has a cost in terms of calculation. 1 step overdrawing, you lose your entire game. Says by me, I guess.
Yeah. You are the perfect person to say that.
Not from outside, I guess we just pretty much know what happened to me in the most recent Vietnamese tournament. Happened to me.
Yeah.
Long story short, I play Flint OTK, I overdraw the spear, GG.
Yeah, that's the only one spear in the deck. This can actually be very good against Flint specifically.
So
Because Flint is like the deck where you worry with the most amount hand size.
Looks stronger than it seems a lot in some niche case. For example, your opponent ramp Liban, they end on 6 cards. You play this card, you overdraw them by 2. Because Liban draw 2, they draw for turn by 2, and then this card draw them 2, which is going to be overdrawing. And since they love ramping, they pretty much need every resources, and every card in the deck is useful, and they have to use them, and they do not like it when they overdraw it.
Yeah.
And also, there's also another cost is that it's thinning out the deck, so they have less stuff to play, and they're eventually gonna run out of cards soon because our deck has only 30 cards.
Yep.
We already see how often double extreme can actually kill a person if they get extreme twice. They just die instantly to decking out. Decking out will not instantly lose you, but you don't have dice to play with, you don't have cards to tune, and you're eventually gonna lose off dice cringe.
Yeah.
While your opponent is playing normally. But yeah, it's a really good card. I really like putting it in every aggro deck. And yeah, remember, aggro deck just don't have the luxury of having card draw. Everything has a cost. So stuff like this, giving you free draw power is just insane.
I guess also one final thing about this card before we move on. I guess my only reservation is also because we're in a pretty aggro meta right now. So most of the deck is gonna be aggro. So yeah.
Exactly.
It's very often that both you and your opponent are gonna run aggro, right? Anyway, so
also I think the dice effect, once again, not too much of a problem. Also, we have seen a lot of aggro mirror match actually playing money into opponent's money and both sides getting +3. Like
yeah, exactly.
both players are also happy with the result of having +3 for both.
Yep.
So yeah, it's not like, oh no, I'm getting dice. Oh no, my opponent is using my money to get dice. No, no, they're giving me dice. I'm happy. I should be happy with that. But yeah, both players are definitely gonna be really happy if they see this card played.
Yeah.
In a mirror match of aggro. But yeah, anyway,
Anyway, that's
Right.
pretty
Yeah,
good.
we can move on
new
to
things,
the
I think.
to the new
to the main thing.
Yep, the new
Yeah.
thing. Introducing. And this is okay, I need to admit this before we introduce the next change. You know, this thing came up in my head. I don't know if you have heard, right? I don't know if you have heard of, this one person that named Genshin, also known as Yukine, who just so happens to make like ads for Genshin characters, right? Like, have you seen like the videos about like for example the new hydro pump ads, so things like that? Have you seen like those videos?
No, not me. I haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I don't know if you all did, but here's the thing, right? So apparently, Genshin made a few ads, and so I was thinking, since one of those things that we are going to introduce next is very related to it's something that she hadn't made an ad of. I think it's time for us to actually introduce it with the ad itself. Introducing the newest update to Genius Invocation.
Hey, clap, clap, clap. Wait, what is this? Hexerize series, let's go!
Let's go!
That's right, we're finally getting Hexerize. Are we happy?
I mean, to be fair, with Durin coming, I think they are planning for this. I'm just surprised at why we do not have Hexerize for Durin immediately though. We don't know.
Oh, yeah,
also, it's not the full Hexerize. In fact, right now it's more of just this. It's more of just this for now.
Wait, you actually made something about this or something? Yeah. Did you make
Also, the way they implemented it, they do not even require you to run 2 Hexerize characters. You can just run all the new stuff.
Really. So yeah, you just
themselves.
want the character that is happen to be a Hexerize thing, and then you just get to play it. Yeah. Okay, so yeah.
Okay, we can jump into it.
Yeah, we can now start going into the Hexerize thing with the character talent. So yeah, they make Hexerize in a form of talent cards.
All right.
And one
Which
funny
also
thing,
means which also means people can have 2 talent cards now, for at least for the 4 characters that we are seeing. And just to be clear to everyone, in case you haven't noticed, you can run both talent cards at the same time. Previously, I
Exactly,
thought
yeah.
at the beginning of the patch, I thought that you could only run one talent at a time, and if you equip another talent, it will just override it. But no, you can
Yeah.
have like two talents at the same time, which is
Exactly, which is really
very
cool
good.
and
Yeah,
fun.
which is very cool. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
Yeah, you love to see
I think
something
let's
like
get
this.
to
All
it.
right, let's see how they're looking like. All right, so we have 3 for now. Okay, yeah, we're getting to the star of this one. I think this
Yeah.
one is Mona Talent, is it? Okay. So Mona Talent is a combat action, makes Mona using her NA. I think. Where is it? Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's NA.
Oh no, it is. Yeah, it is. It is. It makes Mona to
Yeah,
use
it's NA.
her attack. And it's a 2-cost card. So first of all, playing this card already a +1.
Yep, it's already cheaper than the NA, which is very good.
Alright, let's see what actual stuff we are getting from this card. Okay, after Mona plays this card, yeah, your next Vaporize reaction will +2. And the way that they word after this thing, and then they only mention about using NA afterward, meaning that if you use this card and then the Mona NA is gonna vape, you immediately get the damage too. You immediately get the +2 damage vape.
Yep.
Yeah. And then after that, whenever Mona uses more NA, she gets more discount to her NA. And yeah, once again, after the normal attack, your next vape is gonna +2.
Yeah.
And looks like we're missing something. Because I don't see any once per round or something, or how many per round.
There's no limit.
Because, yeah, there
No
we go.
usage, no round
As long as
duration,
Mona
no
has
once per
NA,
round.
yeah,
It's a permanent -1 dice cost for NA, which is
and
very
always
good.
give you +1, yeah. And always
You
give
can think of
you
it as like a permanent minty mitro for just for your Mona.
exactly, which is really cool, really good.
So at
And if you
baseline,
remember
it's already very good.
Durin, yeah, if I remember Durin, who also has a pyro follow up to 4 times. Yo, yo,
Yo.
dude.
Yeah.
That's too.
They actually, this is not coincident. They made this on purpose, didn't they?
Hello.
They made this actually on purpose, didn't they?
Hello, Hex and Circle. What are you doing?
Yeah, this is like the best, probably arguably this is like the best talent among all the new ones.
It gives you infinite +1 dice for every action, and then infinite +2 reaction damage.
Yeah.
That is so happens to synergize so well with the new character that having a pyro follow up for up to 4 times. This is crazy.
Yeah. I heard someone said this, but correct me if I'm wrong. I heard someone said that the +2 Vaporize is stackable. Or something like that.
Wait, real? Wait, you can.
Yeah, but I have not tested that out myself. But I heard someone said that. And that might be true.
They don't say that you can.
Yeah, it just says that
They
your
don't say
next
anywhere
Vaporize,
that
your
you
+2. It never said that there's a limit or anything. So
Okay, wait, we need more testing on that for sure. But yeah,
we
as
definitely
of for
do.
now, if you guys are watching up until this point, just go ahead, go to YouTube, search ARC TCG, go ahead and click the Durin Mona clip and copy his deck, and then go ahead and have fun in AOC. There we go.
Exactly. Yeah, so earlier when we were talking about Durin, I said that I played a lot of Durin today, or like I played against a lot of Durin today.
Yeah.
And yeah, the deck is pretty good to say the least.
I guess we already know what happened.
Yeah. Like you basically deal with both Durin's Burst Up and Mona Talent. You basically deal 5 damage per normal attack, which is usually like the breakpoint for you to one-shot a lot of characters. You also deal even more damage if you have Durin's Talent, or if you already have Pyro applied on the opponent, then you deal like 6 damage. 6 damage with the with the thing. So yeah.
Exactly. And then you can immediately vape with the +2 effect of the talent, or you can just hit the Hydro and then the Durin follow-up would also still get the +2. So it doesn't matter who pops the vape, you always get the +2 immediately, and you just chunk down a lot of opponent within 1 or 2 tap. And yeah, in total, you're only costing 2 per hit. This is
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
amazing.
It's like a permanent mid-roll, and you can still play mid-roll on top of that.
And you can still play
To make-
mid exactly.
To make
And
all your
what's
enemies
better, you
become
can
one
also
cost
use
that deals 6 damage.
Exactly, dude. This is crazy.
Yeah,
Literally the
it's
best
crazy.
thing.
It's even
Smash
more. It creates even more round 2 OTK decks that we already have a bunch of them. So this is another
Exactly.
one.
Like
basically.
round 2 OTK, as of for now, is not even trivial anymore. It's just an actual thing. It's consistent because, well, as a matter of fact, well, Flint OTK exists, right? And not to mention, back in the time, Beidou Skirk is already a thing.
Yep.
And then
Exactly.
outside of that, yes, sure, we have Skirk
And you just have,
Chaska,
like,
technically
yeah.
a soft round 2 OTK.
Round,
Skirk Esco Transfix, SC Transfix, also a soft a soft round 2 OTK because they technically round OTK you at round 3 first action.
Yep.
And then Ifa, Countryside, they also can round 2 OTK you with enough high roll.
Exactly. So yeah. So the meta is
This is not trivial
it's
anymore.
still gonna be very
You
fast.
just open up even more combo deck that allows you to do this. This is crazy.
Yep. Coming back to my AOC story, I actually won a decent amount of my games during today, but you have to be very careful because like if you are not careful and you allow your opponent during that to get their strategy going on, then it becomes very hard or almost impossible to stop them, basically. So,
Honestly, though, it's really hard to stop Durin because it's 2 energy, right? You remember
Yeah.
how back in the day, Yoimiya having 2 energy because he is technically Yoimiya burst once again, but with usage base instead of duration. And now they had to nerf her in to get all the way to today with 3 energy.
Yep, exactly.
So Durin can
Yeah, Durin
easily
has 2 energy.
get down to his burst with just 1 extra woven. And then the fact that you also access to Vape Transfix to get the dice.
Yep.
To get the instant round 1 dice fixing, you pretty much can easily see a lot of Durin doing skill bursts. Or I mean, if they have NA discount, they can NA skill burst. So with this with this way, you get to keep Durin's light mode. You NA first, make it dark, and then you skill, make it light, and then you burst.
Yeah.
And you just go to Luna and then just smack everyone with her weakling but dangerous NA.
Yeah. So earlier I mentioned about Durin's like skill giving you 1 free swap. That has a lot with like playing around all of your threats to OTK your Durin. Also,
exactly.
Mona is a character by herself. She also synergizes very well with Durin because if your Durin is in danger, then you can just swap off at the end of round 1. And then if you swap Mona, you will free swap. And then immediately in round 2, you can just swap to Durin and burst. So there's not even a lot of ways to counter or like to stop the deck.
Yeah, you just cannot if you cannot kill Durin in 1 or 2 action, you just pretty much won't get away from him bursting. But yeah. Alright. Well, I guess that's everything about Mona talent. The show must go on. We gotta keep going. Alright.
Yep.
Sparkborn Magic. Oh, it's Klee. There we go. 1 cost equipment, fast action. And then what does it do? Attach effect to Klee. Effect will whenever active uses charge attack, spend less 1. Oh wait, I think this effect is from her skill, right? The discount charge
attack you get from the skill, but you just get it from the talent immediately.
If you think about it in Overworld, it's like giving her the extra little thing when you equip on her, the little 4-leaf clover. Yep. And what the talent do? When this character uses charge attack, deals 2 pyro damage and does twice. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good. It basically make her charge attack becomes a 2 cost that deals 4 damage, I believe.
Yeah, it's
2 cost 4 damage.
And also split again. Once again,
yeah, it's also split, which is better than just 4 damage by itself.
Oh wait, I think I had a deja vu about this effect when I read it, and then I think I remember now. It's like the heated mode Klee, where you skill, she's gonna do.
Oh yeah,
another,
exactly. It's exactly like the hidden mode Klee.
separately.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is basically like heated mode Klee.
Exactly.
Yeah, and
Which
then
is
you can
quite
do it
funny.
twice per round. I mean, you can then equip a new one to reset this effect and then use it
Yep.
2 more times. You could definitely do that.
At least this one
Yeah,
has a
pretty
limit.
easy to understand, simple talent, pretty good. Definitely gonna
Yeah,
run it
very
for
good.
Klee. You could definitely run it for Klee. I mean, it's totally fine if you don't run it, but it's just a really significant boost. One cost get 4 extra dice. Remember that.
Yep.
Actually, no,
And-
4 extra damage and then 1 extra dice because it gives you
Yep.
the status so you can charge attack now.
Exactly. So if you can say that it's free, it's 0 cost that give 4 damage, which is obviously very, very good.
Yeah, 0 cost plus 4 damage.
Yeah. And remember that you can still use Klee's old talent because like you can stack the
Exactly. You
talent.
can still go
So,
ahead and use
yeah.
you can stack the 2 talents together too.
Exactly. So yeah.
Alright, yeah, it's pretty simple.
Okay,
Very good
yep.
damage boost. Could definitely play it. Alright, Fischl talent, I think? Okay,
Yep,
2
Fischl talent.
costs, immediately summon Oz when you play it. Yeah. And while Oz is on the field, it's tied to Oz, okay. Electro related reaction 2+1. Up to 3 per round. Okay, to be fair, I kind of feel like honestly, I kind
I feel
of
this
feel
one
like
is okay.
this kind of fine in terms of Fischl's kit. What it basically does is that it skips the phase where you have to go open with Fischl and go ahead and use her skill, right? And you just basically use this thing and get Oz for free. I mean, not free. You're exchanging 1 initial electro for 1 dice, which I think is fair. And then it gives you extra effects. I mean, this one is fine, but I don't think it's as
this
good
is
as
fine.
Klee.
It's not as good as the other
Because
ones.
it's not, because you kind of have to do reaction with it.
Yeah. Also, you are
And, like, it's
losing
really
the immediate
hard for you to get
electro.
3 hits, 3
Yeah.
reactions. I mean, it could be, but like it's not that frequent that you can use up all 3.
Yeah.
Especially if
Like-
you're using Fischl as your only electro.
Yep. Like usually the way you get like 3 reactions per round is usually through a swirl decks. But if you use this talent, or like if you do not summon us during the using official skill, then you
Yeah,
also
and then-
lose the initial electro from her skill. You have to wait
Yeah,
until the end phase until you get any electro from this card. So there's a bit of a trade-off here. I'm not saying like this card is bad. I'm just saying that this card has more trade-off than the other ones, basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I understand what you mean. Like, for example, you summon this with this card, and then you summon another animal character, another animal summon, and then end phase you guarantee a swell, and you only get 1 effect from it because you're pretty much never gonna have to use Fischl skill when you play this card, right? And then only then that at the second round that you can finally make full use of the 3+1 from the talent.
Yep.
So I think it's the easiest way to approach this card is that we are skipping the process of using Fischl skill, of course, as a cost of not having the first initial electro, which is kind of slower. It makes you kind of like a Yai summon before the buff.
It's like a Yai or like Inefa summon.
Yeah, but
cost
before the
2
Yai
to
buff,
electro
obviously,
instead of
because
2.
Yai summon office is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Yai summon before the buff.
Yeah, old Yai summon, exactly.
Alright, there we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you could definitely make stuff to use with it. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, the +1 damage is a really good add-on, I say. So yeah, go ahead and you can use it. Well, I mean, if it's bad to use Fischl alone, we can probably bring someone that can do multiple electro hits so we can reaction more. For example, Autoron maybe, or I don't know. You tell me. Yeah.
I guess if
Also,
you do have one woven or something to get you 1 extra dice in the first round, then you can do something like skill swap skill and then play the talent. That kind of gives you like somewhat 3 actions or like 2.5 actions during the first round, which can be good. Like you said, you can do
Wait.
something like
I have
Aura.
a crazy idea. We
Okay, what
start
is your
with
idea?
visual skill normally, we blasting up
Okay.
M, and then we use
Oh
those two
yeah.
dice, fix
Okay.
them, and then play the
Okay,
talent.
bro.
There we go. Problem solved.
Okay, bro. Okay.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
yeah,
I mean,
that's the
okay,
way to do
one
it.
other thing though, we could actually use it with Topa skill. When we talk about summon, we have to talk about Topa. You can use this
Exactly,
thing,
right?
Topa skill, you get the value immediately.
Exactly,
There we go.
exactly. Yeah, Topa is a very good to use it.
Yeah.
As well as the next talent that we were about to get to is also
Exactly, yeah.
synergized very well with Topa as well.
Hold on.
Alright, let's move on to our final talent, which is the Mondstadt Archon himself.
Yep.
The one and only Venti the Bard. So Venti. 3 dice. Just like Fischl, it will immediately summon the Venti summon, aka the Black Hole, the Storm Eye. Yep. And whenever, and also has a relevant effects. Whenever you summon a Storm Eye, including playing this card, your next Venti to NA will be converted to animal, and also have spend less 2 dice. Yeah, it gives you 2 unaligned discount, and it's a infusion. Do note that it only works during the round you summon the Storm Eye, so you can't use it as a RAM card. You will have to make full use of it to make it worth using. So yeah. You
Maybe it's a
wanna
good game.
equip the talent, and then on that very same turn, when you equip the talent, you wanna use 2 NA to make full use of the talent. Or it's just not worth it because the discount is not gonna carry over the next round. And yeah, it's an unaligned discount, so you can use Minty mid-roll.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's kind of ironic, right? Because Minty is a Venti fan. And we finally have a way to play Venti spamming NA, but we can't use Minty mid-roll.
Yeah, that's quite funny, I guess.
That's kind of ironic.
That is really
Yo,
ironic.
please do something about this. Don't leave us player hanging. Alright, yeah, I mean, honestly, it's actually quite an interesting talent. So, first of all, it's like in the base game, right? It enables a really different way for you to play Venti. You can now play him as a carry because of the discount thing. Yeah, you treat it as a 1 dice dealing 2 damage on NA. So it's technically like Chlorine. And then you equip weapon on him, you attack with him again. And it's just a spam. So yeah, 1 dice doing multiple action, definitely worth using your weapon on. For example, character like Chlorine and Risley. Venti is just one of them. And then yeah, and yeah, I think that's just it about this talent. And then whenever you have this talent on, you can burst. It will gonna reset the other 2 NA again, so you can equip talent NA twice, burst NA twice, burst NA twice, and this cycle just ends until you finish the game.
Yeah, exactly. I believe there were 2 players yesterday during the weekly who brought, I believe, Topa, Venti, and Halfdan. And one of them did very well with it. Not 4-1, I think. With the deck.
Yeah, one of them getting 4-1, which is quite clutch actually. So make sure to check it out on our stream, on our YouTube channel if you're watching this and still haven't known what happened. So yeah, go ahead and watch our weekly stream about that. Also, one thing I love to say once again with Topa, right? Because this one is a Venti summon, and Venti summon not only dealing damage, it also has a really interesting effect.
That a lot of people forget about.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but yeah, once again, in case you forgot, can you please click on the Venti summon thing? Yeah. So this thing, after dealing the damage, it also force swap your opponent. After dealing damage, it also force swap your opponent to the character you are sitting on. So if you're, for example, positioning Topa as a first character, you equip talent and then use Topa's skill, you guarantee a swell from this 2 damage summon, and then you force opponent to swap on the first character if they aren't on the first one. And basically it just allow a really annoying gameplay to your opponent.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually one of the reasons why Bua managed to secure his 4-1
Exactly.
instead of losing to
Yeah.
Somu.
Exactly. Because Somu. So if you guys didn't watch yesterday weekly, Somu. That was at the end of the game, and Somu spent one dice to swap to Kaching. But this summon would have swapped Somu to Kaching anyway, so he kind of wasted one dice, even though he had at that point he had mushroom pizza in his hand that he could have spent that one dice using, but he didn't, and he lost the game because of that, which is quite funny. So.
Yeah, overall, really fun talent. It enables a different way to play Venti, and also it's like 2 usage. That means equip talent, Blessing of M, and then you end it twice for 1 cost, and you burst again, you get the summon back again. Dude, I love this.
And even if you Blessing of M, you do not lose out the normal attack buff. Like your normal still is your only cost 1, so that's very good.
Yeah, it's gonna attach to Venti until you use it up or until it pass the turn, right? Because once again, the stuff is not gonna carry over the turn, so you wanna to make full use of it. You should equip the talent when you feel like, oh yeah, I could also use 2 NA with it, or at least just probably use 1. I say, just go ahead, don't make it go to waste. Because yeah, that's really good. And yeah, it's a bit expensive, but you could definitely discount it with cost reduction if you had any. You can equip you can discount it with Stormterror's Lair. You can discount it with GTR. You can discount it even with King Squire, because King Squire does indeed discount in talents.
Yep.
Or you can discount with the next card we are going to talk about.
Exactly.
So you guys, I actually transformed it so smoothly.
Yeah, I know.
Alright, our new action card, event card, which homework. It's basically like the Awesome Bro EVA card, right? It directly search you 1 talent. Yeah, does this have any requirement? Or this is just
the requirement is you have to run 3 talents.
1 talent that you have. So so if you bring only 1 type of talent, you can play this card and guarantee to see it, right?
The requirement is that you have to run 3 talents.
No. I think it does not. It is not a requirement.
I don't think it makes it requiring to bring 3. I think the first effect doesn't say anything otherwise. I think the 3rd one is.
Like the draw? Okay, yeah. The draw doesn't require you anything.
So it's technically exactly the EVA Awesome Bro if we're not talking about the dice. So if you bring 2 talent, if your deck only requiring, like for example, you're playing Bennett, you need the Bennett talent, you could just bring Bennett talent alone and discard and then use it, you guarantee to draw. So basically, instead of playing Lair, you play this card. How good is that actually? I don't think it's that good to replace Lair. The problem is that Lair also kind of 1 cost. Because you pay 2, you get Lair gives you a discount. So I mean, you could technically use this one or Lair as your 4 copies of talent for 1 extra cost. So that's the first thing you could talk about it. Alright, second of all,
go ahead.
Wait, what?
I was about to say that Lair is more about like long-term value, because like the turn you use Lair, you will lose 1 dice from using it.
Yeah, exactly.
But like later on, you will gain more value later on, because Lair has like 3 usages. But for this one is like a 0 cost. That serves you your talent basically, because you spend 1 dice, but then the talent gets like 1 cost reduction. So you do not lose any dice playing this card, but you also do not like gain any value later on anyway. Which is probably good right now, because right now it's an aggro meta, whereas like the games closes out very fast. But it's still a trade-off that you need to decide on which one is more suitable for your decks.
Exactly. Yeah, but basically, if your deck's requiring only 1 talent card that you ever need, for example, Albedo Plunge, you can run this card and Albedo talent only, and then play maybe this card X2 and then Lair X2. So on basically all of a sudden you have 2 talent and 4 searcher for 1 cost. That's it.
Yep.
Alright, I think it's fair to move on to second effect. So yeah. I think that do you wanna read?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of already know it. The second effect
Okay,
is
yeah.
that like if your deck initially has 3 talents, and just to be clear, this doesn't mean you need to run 3 different talent cards. You only need like 3 any talent cards, basically.
Mm,
Or if you
yeah.
do have 3 talents, then it will, after it draws you the talent, it will also grant 1 stack of cost reduction to a random talent with the highest cost in your hand, basically. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why I said earlier that this is like a 0 cost card, because it will, you spend 1 dice to draw the talent, but then it will also discount your turn by one dice. So yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
it's
Yeah.
like net neutral at the end of the day. Obviously, if you have like a very, if you have a very high cost talent card in your hand, but you do not want to play it, then it's like not a neutral anymore. One example would be like a Wolf Zhongli deck. If in your hand you have like Zhongli's talent, but it's run on and you want to play Wolf's talent, then this card will give the cost reduction to your Zhongli's talent and not your Wolf's talent. So you do
Yeah,
lose out 1 dice in round 1.
It hits the highest cost one, right?
Yeah, it's the highest
yeah.
cost, exactly.
Yeah, so that's still pretty good though, say.
Yeah.
I say. So yeah. So basically it is exactly the IFA card if we are running 3 talents.
Exactly,
So yeah,
right?
if you guys remember, IFA Awesome Bro also draws you 1 technique, and then if as soon as you play that technique, you get 1 Omni dice back. So technically it's pretty much the same.
Yep. Exactly.
So it's net neutral, and it has a way of searching 1 card that you want, you desperately want. But I mean, you have to run 3 talents though, so it could still be a 2 out of 3 chance of getting the one you need. But if basically your talent is equally important, for example, I mean, like if you could run like Mona, for example, Mona Durin, you run Durin talent, you run Mona talent, and there you go. Basically, any one of them is equally good. And on top of that, you can also run Stove.
Which we will get to.
I'm pretty sure Stove also received quite a change. So yeah, I think that's
it's a very
everything
simple
about
change, but
Wish Homework,
it's
it's a really good talent search. Works really well. And yeah, we could go ahead and have a look at Stove.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think.
So basically, with the Hexarai update, Stove is also getting an update to accommodate for it. It now rewards you even more if you bring 4 different talent cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Previously, it was not possible.
It's still gonna work the same,
because,
right?
you can only bring 3
2
talents.
different talent. Yeah. If you bring 2 different talents, you're gonna get one of them. So the best way to use this, once again, is to bring 2 copies of the talent you want and something else that you may need. And then you use Stove round 1, you gacha the 2 out of 3, and then you get the talent you want. And then Stove also gets a new buff, is that if you're running 4 different talents, which usually is not possible because you only have 3 characters, but now with the Hexarai buff, you can technically do that, and you can run a team of 6 talent, different talent. So if your deck initially has 4 different talent, notice that 4 different, right? You're gonna draw 2 of them. So let's say you bring 1 copy of each, of Mona talent and Durin talent and Mona normal talent, and then the 3rd character talent, so there's 4. And if you play Stove, you're gonna actually get 2 talents instead of 1.
Exactly.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't think this buff actually do that much, but I mean, Stove giving you card advantage in terms of quantity, so I guess it's fair.
Yeah, it's like a draw to, if you do want to do like the 4 talents thing, then it's basically a draw 2 in the first round at 0 cost, which is what Stove used to do, I believe, like very early on. But now you can do that again, but like only if you run a bunch of talents.
Yeah. I mean, it's a really good add-on, and I think they try to cook up something with the even more Hexarai characters coming in. So we're just gonna have to look about that. But this is the first sign of they are actually trying to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So TLDR Stove, pretty much the same. It has a very funny interaction when you have 4 different talents for now. Probably not gonna see much play in terms of 4 talent, but it is a funny add-on. It's not too big of a buff, but it is something.
It's something.
Yeah, and
Like-
then to summarize, Witch Homework is technically a stealth for if you run 3 talent card, it is a stealth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
That
if you,
works at all times. You don't have to use it in the first round. Yeah.
Yeah, it's either a stealth or lair. There we go.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Like a bit more about stuff, I guess. People have already lately. People have for a lot of decks. People have like not chose to not run stuff and run legacies instead, because legacy, while it doesn't draw you the talent immediately, it just get you like more value in general. So
Yeah, it gives you a lot of like in some roly gameplay you can even I have rolled too good. I don't need to use legacy anymore. I'm just gonna hand read my opponent instead.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
legacy has more flexible choice, but if you desperately needed the talent, you definitely could just run stealth just like normal. And then now that you actually have adding on with Witch Homework, so we have stealth and Witch Homework, you can guarantee to get the talent you need. And then you also have it for free.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a Finale
Alright.
deck, thinning your deck for free. There we go. Alright, that's every balance change, I think.
I think so,
And
Yeah,
new
that's
stuff-
everything new from this patch.
Mm,
So yeah,
who
we
knows
got
if
through
we have
everything.
been yapping for so long. Oh my god, it has been 1 full hour, is it not?
2
Yeah, I
hours
know.
so total for the show. Holy
An episode has been running for 2 hours
yeah.
by now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't
It's
expect it
fine.
to see this long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Actually,
Like other, yeah. Go on, 2QB.
yeah. I mean, I was wanting to ask if you all want to have a look at some of our decks, because here's the thing, right? This episode was really weird. I was like, so like a bit of a backstage story, right? I knew that this episode might get hit, like might run into like one of the weeklies. So I asked the staff, so I asked the tournament staff, like, hey, can we make sure to have like Saturday evening free? And then like they said, okay, sure, you will have Saturday free, like Saturday evening free. And so what happened instead was that there's a Friday Asia Weekly.
Yeah.
So I was planning to not have like any weekly before this, but now we have one weekly before this. So I think before, do you want to talk about 2 of the decks that use some of these new cards?
I guess, yeah. We can look at the weekly deck list a little bit.
Yeah. All right. So there are 2 decks. I mean, one of them doesn't one of them only use like 1 more card, like only 1 new card, but like the other one use 3 cards. So let me just like add them in a moment. These 2 decks are from the players that has reached 4-1. We did not have any 5-0s earlier, like in the Asia Week.
Yeah, we need time for the players to cut, so
So here is the first deck, the first featured deck by Kaizen. Let's get to it.
okay.
So
Wait,
this
what?
is actually an old deck.
It's
could
an
you scroll
old
down a
deck.
little
It's
bit?
Tonatiuh and
Yeah.
Jahoda from CN actually.
Could you scroll down a little bit? Scroll down to the end actually, or you can use the website for that. But it's probably fine. I mean, the only new thing that Kaizen added here is the new Feasting card, which
Yeah,
as
Feasting.
coaching said is very good for aggro decks, and this one happens to be an aggro deck. It's like not a true aggro deck, but it's aggro enough. The one interesting here for this deck compared to last patch is that, as we talked about earlier in the episode, Tonatiuh got nerfed, and this is one of those Tonatiuh sloth deck that we mentioned.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah,
Yeah.
this one, coaching in particular, has a lot of experience against this deck. So,
Well, I only play against this twice.
yeah, which is more than me. I never play against this. So.
Well, yeah. So first of all, it's actually a CN deck. Honestly, though, I have no idea why this deck exists and what's the real reasoning behind it. I have no idea actually.
Other than just Tonatiuh sloth.
Makes sense for me. I mean, yeah. Why these characters? Why Quicken? Why Tonatiuh? There's just having a lot of questions going around in relating to this deck. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. But Tonatiuh is nerf, so I expected to see this deck less, more
Yeah, I don't
often.
expect to see this deck a lot. I mean, obviously it did very well yesterday at 4-1, but I just don't. Yeah, personally, I don't think this will be a like common deck in the meta moving forward, right? Because like a lot of the stuff around Tonatiuh got nerfed, as we mentioned.
Alright, so I think it's time. So with that out of the way, we still have one more deck. And this deck does
Mm-hmm.
use the new Hexerite cards.
Yep.
It's from Buer, who got a 4-1.
Yep.
And
Yep. And
it's
we
not, by the way, Buer is not the only person to use this deck, but is the only person to use this deck and get a 4-1. So
Yeah.
let's get to
yeah,
it.
we did mention this deck a little bit earlier when we talked about Venti's talent. This
Mhm.
deck, Bull got 4-1 with this. Obviously, if you watch the game, Somu could have got 5-0, but he lost due to
Yeah.
Venti talent, which is
But yeah,
quite
if you
interesting.
guys haven't watched the
Yeah.
game, I highly suggest you go ahead and go to our live, and then just go ahead and have a look at it. It's pretty well played by the players as well. So yeah, kudos
Exactly.
to that. But yeah, anyway, here's their deck list. Yeah, they run 2 copies of Venti Talent and then Stove, and probably gonna see Witch Homework because they're running 3 talents. Yeah, there we go.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a really interesting deck.
Yep.
And yeah,
Actually,
this is the player's first attempt to cook some new stuff.
yeah.
Alright.
I believe I play against this deck today in AOC. The way this deck works is, I mean, when we talk about Venti's talent, we did mention it. The way this deck works is just you use Venti talent in run 1, and you use Topper skill to proc it. That will give you both the Transfix and also the Venti's talents buff to Venti, where you can just deal 1 normal damage. Or like you can use your normal attack with just 1 dice, which is very good. After that, the game you just like you trying to adapt to win the game. Half done is there to give you a lot of draws, and also it's a good anchor in the late game, just like any other half done deck. So yeah. And as coaching mentioned earlier, you can just do the loop with 20, where you use the talent, use 2 normal attacks, and then you at that point you have the burst, and then after you burst, you get two new stacks of the talent, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You can just infinitely loop the cycle by 1 dice NA twice and then burst for 3 costs, and then you just do it again and again.
Yep, exactly. Also, 2QB can you scroll down a little bit? This deck also run Blessing of M, I believe. Yeah, it does run Blessing of M, because as I mentioned earlier, you can just Blessing of M Venti's talent, or like not Venti's talent, Venti's summon.
Yeah, Venti summon.
And that will give you 2 dice, but you still get the discounted normal attacks from the talent.
Yeah, and the infusions as well. You still get the infusion even when the bursts are on, even after you remove it. Yeah.
And also, I mean, using it with Blessing of M also create more stack for Fell Dragon, which is a lot.
Exactly. There's just a lot of things going relevant around it, and yeah, you have then card draw power, and you have etc. etc.
Yep. Okay, that's pretty much it. The new deck. I think yesterday weekly, it might be like, because it's one of the earlier weekly, I think it's like our first Friday weeklies, if I remember correctly. And it's also like right after the beginning of the patch. Yeah, first in a while probably. It's also right after the beginning of the patch, so I would say not as many players have cooked up a lot. Like as Coaching and I mentioned earlier in the episode, there was only one person who brought Durin to the weekly, whereas like I expected before the weekly that a lot more players would have brought Durin. So yeah, we'll see if tomorrow in the NA's weekly, we'll see if there's any more Durin, or maybe in next week weekly. So yeah.
Yeah, so if you guys are from NA server, go ahead and come and try to join the tournament. Surely, maybe who knows? Maybe your deck and your cooking is actually the one that's cooking. So speaking of NA, yeah. So yeah, this week 1 we're gonna host the NA weekly on August 15, 8 p.m. EDT. So it's gonna be tonight if you are from NA time zone, or it's gonna
Yeah.
be tomorrow if you're in the Asian territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's for all of the Americas, so like North America and like Latin America to like
Yep.
it's gonna be
Yeah,
like
from
later
America
today.
time zone.
Yeah, it's gonna be later
Yep.
today.
It's for the America continent.
Yeah.
It will be tonight because currently it's the morning,
Exactly. So yeah.
right? And here's our schedule. We do have I believe we have the Asia major at the end of the patch,
Yeah,
which
it's
is quite
Asia
exciting.
major for the end of this
So
patch.
yeah.
Yep. So yeah, looking forward to see that.
Yeah. I mean like Asia major is always gonna be like something very different because like most players are playing the Asia server now, and so like
Exactly, yeah.
we are going to be seeing like probably some of them like some of the best players in the game, some of the best and
Yep.
most dedicated players as well because like
Mhm.
it takes a lot.
And of course, we also get to see a lot of new players also rising in Asia servers as well.
Yeah.
A lot of new
exactly.
Asia players.
Yeah.
Like, if I remember, just doing yesterday weekly, we did get a lot of new players, which is very good, very exciting, and very good for the scene.
Yep. It's always best to have a lot of new players joining us too.
Yeah. And of course, one more thing. This is not the only thing we would like to announce to you right now. Is that, oh my gosh, why is this image so small? Just 1 second. Yes. So we have realized
Okay.
something. We have realized something, right? So it turns out we really need to tell you to go make guides. I mean, to be fair, like most of us in the servers do make guides from time to time, but like it's not centralized and like people don't really feel like it. Like some people just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play for most of the time. So we are running a trial run of a new content showcase event called Decks, Guides, and Everything 9. All it takes for you is to either create a guide for the game, whether it's a deck guide for any deck or a card guide, like how to put a card into a deck for any recent deck, for every recent card. So like every card that has been adjusted or added from Luna 1 onwards. Apparently that's the rule. I don't make up the rules. It's Amation who did it. Or make a short form video of like any kind of like Genius Invocation TCG gameplay in 3 minutes or less. Does not have to be vertical, it can be horizontal. And you may be featured on our socials. I will try my best to lock in for this one because I know that a lot of you guys out there really have like very nice guides, and I think they should be known to more people.
Yeah. Way back in the day, we used to like not like we, but like our server used to write guides on KQM, like catching mains. But obviously, like it takes a lot of effort and manpower to both write and maintain those guys. So yeah, this is like a very good place to as like it is like a very good centralized place for everyone to go. If you need a guide for anything, or if you want to write guides, then this is like the place to go to now, which is very good.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, like there is a reason why some people were asking like, oh, why is TC so dead? Like, I think it's like one very weird thing. I heard like it's not just like a Genius Invocation thing. Most games really have this kind of problem where like the best players usually are not necessarily the best educators and vice versa. I'm not sure if we really have
Yep.
anyone like that, but like it's kind of a weird thing because like the theory crafting team comprises of mostly good players, but like they do not necessarily like write the best guys. I'm not saying all of them are bad. I'm like some of them are really good at teaching players how to play, but like not everyone's like that. So like
Yep.
that's why like like right now TC is rather that. But I mean at this point I do like my personal opinion, right? Is that at this point TC should be everyone. Everyone should be able to TC. Like everyone, if they want to, should be able to TC and like to teach other people how to play the game, and that could be you. So we want to like make this like initiative to make sure that like players are going to be more open to teaching others how to play the game. And also, right now we do not have a prize for it yet. However, this is a trial run. we can, emphasis on can, like, no promises, but we can have prizes for, high quality content down the line. So right now, we need you to just, make the best content that you can. I'm not going to try to force you or anything, but, if you can, make the best, guide or short video of Genius Invocation TCG, and we will, if we can identify good content, those are gonna be featured on our socials.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Exciting.
And, well, I mean, whoops, accident, wrong scene, accident. But yeah,
Okay,
I
there
mean,
we go.
that's gonna be much it, and I feel like I was expecting this to last 90 minutes. It took more time than that. It took 1 hour more than that, 1 hour 10 minutes more than that. But I mean,
Yeah.
worth it, I guess. But yeah,
How many times how much time do we still have left? What the hell? Is
Yeah.
this just 2 hours already?
2 hours already.
Yeah, it's more than 2 hours already.
More than 2
yeah.
hours. Oh wait.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
God.
been here for quite a while.
Oh
Oh,
god.
It's 30 minutes ago, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Actually, do you know that the next episode is gonna be episode 10? Or if you are living in the tech world, it's gonna be episode X, right?
What?
Yeah, it's episode 10. Next episode, which again, well, it's gonna be in 3 weeks from now. Let me just check the date.
Alright, cool. Well, okay, I hope that I can finally talk something shortly, faster, and not wasting everyone's time here.
I mean,
'cause,
the
oh
next
my
episode
God,
is
it's
mostly
already
gonna
3
be
hours,
better.
dude. It's the third hour.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. Okay, now this and okay. Just one personal thing I'm going to drop here. I may or may not. Again, may or may not. I do not want to make promises here, but I have a plan. I have something cooking. I think Kershing knows, but not anyone else. I am going to be sending a
I
plan.
don't think I know anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Actually, no.
I'm too good at keeping promises, even I forget about the promise.
Yeah, but I'm going to be sending a plan probably to a few people
sure.
rather soon about something that I'm hoping that we can get out. This is just a personal promise, right? It is not necessarily related to GITCG, but my hope is that they are going to be they are going to work with me on this, because trust me that this idea is something. Again, the idea itself is public. The idea itself is public. Kerching knew about it back when I first discussed about it.
Okay.
I'm just saying that I hope that it's gonna go through, and that's pretty much it.
Hopefully.
I think. Yeah.
Well, hopefully, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's pretty much gonna be it for now. So anything else from YouTube before we sign off?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, other than just the usual,
I mean,
I'm
we just have only one thing to say.
looking forward
right?
to
So-
see. Yeah, I'm just looking
Oh,
forward to
yeah,
see what next people cook up this patch. That's all.
Yeah, exactly. All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think we could do the outro now.
Yeah, so that's
yeah.
gotta be
Right.
that's gonna be it for this episode of the Bar Table. Be sure to check out our weeklies, and also make sure to submit the guides if you feel like it. And we would really love it if you submit the guides, because we are, I mean, we can only make so much content, just like jokingly saying we can only make so much content. So having everyone helping is what makes us, a community. Especially when, competitor game coming next month. So, yeah, I mean, we would just be really grateful if you can also help us on, having more content, and hopefully helping more players, learn the game, and
Or just basically be a part of our community,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
pretty much
exactly.
that's the thing that we are asking.
So yeah, that's gonna be it. Be sure to check out both of those, and I guess it's time to say goodbye. So I'm 2QB.
Yeah, I'm Kajing. Also, thank you guys for watching all the way up until this point, probably. Or if you guys were tuning by for when we was talking about the new stuff. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys for joining. Yeah, I'm Kajing, And
Yeah, I'm TBlaze.
TBlaze.
Also, thanks you guys for watching.
Yeah. So yeah, and I would like to thank everyone as well for watching, and we will see you in the next episode of the Bar Table, and also in a few hours from now, the NA Weekly. See ya.
Right.
Yeah.
See you guys. Bye.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. Mishaps happen all the time. All right, all right,
What is
all
bro
right.
cooking?
All right. Done for
Okay.
real, done for real. See
Bye
ya.
for real this time.
Bye for real.